Thank you.
Somebody made the box for us. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all for coming
I could
tonight.
tell it wasn't Sonia, but it, you know.
Hopefully it's all there.
Well, I'm pretty sure it is.
Allegiance to the flag that
All right, let's do allegiance first. Let's pledge allegiance to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. That's my wife. It's so warm. And I get it from Walmart. All right, very well. And thank you all for coming for tonight's meeting for the Wareham Zoning Board of Appeal. It is February 11, Wednesday, February 11th, 2026. It is 6:30 p.m. and we are at the room 520 of the Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. Also, we have Zoom access if somebody wants to access Zoom. And the passcode is 908796. I want to call the meeting to order, make a roll call. My far right, our regular member, Mr. Troy Larson, our clerk, Jim Akabachi, my far left, Mr. Chris Conti, Mr. Richard Semple, myself, the chair, Nazi Al-Khalasi. Also on Zoom, we have an associate member, Mr. Connor Alden. Also present, our town planner, Mr. Josh Farity. We're going to start first with some quick business and some discussion, couple of requests for minor modification.
On the minutes, I think they had me as chair and you on Zoom. Last meeting, you were here.
Last meeting, I was here, but the meeting before, maybe.
So what are these minutes for? I didn't,
I didn't,
was up for the
I
28th.
didn't see any minutes from your last meeting,
Are
so
these
those
from
must,
the
last
that
meeting?
must be the previous meeting.
For January 28th, I was here.
well, that's all right, we don't have them here
I
anyway.
don't think you have last meeting's minutes yet.
Agendas,
Well, they were posted, we just don't have them in here.
yeah.
I don't even think we've received them
She
from the
emailed them
minute
to
taker.
us.
Yeah.
Did she? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't get that email.
Why don't we continue that for
Yeah,
next year?
you
Yeah,
can,
well, yeah.
you can postpone them.
Let's postpone this until next meeting on the 25th. All good with that? Everybody's good?
Good. Do you want to vote on it?
Yeah,
or-
sure. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Myself, Nazi, aye.
And that to next meeting.
All right, 21-23, Angela McEwen, 386 Main Street, request for extension.
Hey,
Good evening.
Oh, hi, Council, how are you?
haven't seen you in a while.
Attorney Jillian Morton here, 184 Main Street. So we're just here seeking a 6-month extension. We're 6 weeks off of the 1 year for the variance. Just I wanted to get in early, obviously, before the 6-month. Weather constraints, obviously, with the amount of snow, getting those foundations in. So just wanted to get ahead of time. So I think the 6 months, that would bring us to September 27th. I'd defer to Josh to confirm that, but I know it's when it's posted with the clerk, and then, so
September 27?
that's what I had, but if you want to double check that, because it doesn't include the appeal
Motion to
period.
grant to an extension till 9/27/26.
Do I have a second for that?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
34-24,
You're good.
Ferris Realty Group, Cape Cod Gas, 3037 Cranberry Highway. Minor modification. I'm gonna recuse myself on that one. As you all know, I permitted this. So Jimmy,
Is this Cape Cod Gas right in front of Waterways? Okay, what do you need?
Brian Grady, GAF Engineering. We're looking for a minor modification determination. There's been a slight revision to the plan. The revision is to comply with the 10th edition of the building code, which increased the freeboard for properties located in the flood zone. So been no change to the layout, size of the building, parking, drainage, landscaping, lighting. We only had to raise the site 6 to 10 inches to comply with the new freeboard requirement
All
in
the
the current
setback-
building.
So.
Everything
free-
else is the same, we just had-
Freeboard means the elevation, how high you are above sea level.
Yeah, it's flood zone AE 14. The prior flood building code required 1 foot of freeboard, so if it's 14, you have to have your lowest structure at 15, but now it's 2 feet, so the lowest structure has to be at 16, so we have to raise everything 6 to 10 inches approximately. So everything else is the same, we just had to lift the site.
Any, I don't see any, somebody want to,
Can I just mention Connor? He's going to be voting in place of Nazi, right?
thank you. Did you hear that, Connor?
Understood. Thank you.
All right, so why don't you give us your yes vote now? Not that I'm trying to lead the vote.
Did you make a motion?
Yeah, didn't you just say, in my motion, and that includes my motion to a grant as requested?
So moved.
I thought that's what I heard, and it's seconded by Richard or Troy?
Second.
By Richard. Connor?
Aye.
Troy?
Aye.
Myself, aye. Richard?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Okay, free board, you're free bird. Get out of here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Continue public hearing, 41-25. Adriana and Paul, I'm not gonna patch the name, 2010 Family Trust, special permit or variance, 9 Nimrod Way,
Kodorowski? Or something like that?
Quattrochiacci.
Yeah.
Quattro
Quattrociacci.
Oh, Quattrochiacci, okay.
Okay.
All right, name and address first.
My name is David DeVignan. I'm from Schneider, DeVignan and Leone, 81A County Road, Mattapoisett, Mass. I'm representing the property owners.
Was that hearing, when was that hearing heard?
We had a hearing 1 month ago, and we requested an extension to take a look at lowering the floor area ratio variance. which
Yeah,
we-
you had on January 11, right? Sabine? I was away, but I was in Zoom, January 14.
14.
All right. So where did we leave it? I'm sorry.
The board basically instructed me to get the floor area ratio at or below 35%. So we eliminated the second floor, which was some living space over the garage,
Yeah,
and brought us down to 1,280 square feet for the dwelling. And so therefore, the floor area ratio is now at 34.1%. All other variance requests and special permit requests are the same.
let me refresh my memory, but when I was away, I didn't have the file in front of me.
Where's Nimrod Way?
Over on Pinehurst.
All right, so on,
Oh, yeah, now I get it. I'm looking.
on the building coverage, you're an existing non-conforming at 39.5. You want to be a 42.6.
That is correct.
And this could be done with a special permit if the board find it not so detrimental. Then the front deck step are proposed at 0.9 feet from the lot line. The existing front setback is 8.1. The project will be adding none. All right, and then the allowed percentage for the FAR there is 30%. You're conforming, 22. You want it to go 42, and what you doing it now?
34.1%.
Okay, and which you still require a variance.
That's correct.
This is which
On the
one?
setback in the front, is steps included on setbacks? There are. On the setback, on the step, you're looking pretty much at the property line, right? Why is that close? Because,
We have the staircase coming out from the front porch in line. It actually starts recessed in from the face of the building. We
Yeah.
turn with the platform and then run parallel to the street in a southerly direction. The reason for the excess stairs is there's a 8-foot differential in the existing first floor to the new first floor.
let me look quick here, let's see what you got. Deck to be replaced.
It's actually a 10-foot separation.
So to the to the east side, you put in the steps to go upstairs, right?
To get to the first floor.
To get to the first floor.
First floor is now going to be elevation 20.4.
And that's on Nimrod Way, right?
Correct. And,
All right.
and the road, the construction, the road, the actual travel way ends before you get to the steps.
Oh, okay, the rest becomes dirt?
The rest is grass and
Okay.
it's access to the water for the neighborhood,
All
pedestrian
right, so
access.
that would require a special permit as well if the board feel not so detrimental on this matter, so what's the wishes of the board?
If I'm hearing
Question.
correctly, we need a special permit for the intensification in building coverage,
If the board
and we
feels
need a
so,
special permit to raise the existing building.
and for setback. You're erasing the whole building and rebuilding, or just put an addition?
We're tearing the building down.
The building down?
So they need a special.
It's going up on columns 10 feet higher.
Oh, okay, you're in the flood zone of velocity.
We're in an A zone, but we're in the limb wall line, and new design requires that it be constructed in compliance with
Okay.
B zone design.
So you're gonna raise it,
Yes.
and that's why you have to put the stairs to go upstairs?
correct.
Okay. All right, you get the stories. Troy, what do you think?
If I recall, I think we were all set with everything except for the floor area ratio, right?
As I recall, when I was on Zoom, yes.
I'm good then.
Jimmy?
Yeah, he did what we asked him. Good.
Chris?
I'm all set.
Richard?
I'm good.
Anyone on,
Although I do see that the spiral staircase is close to the line also, right?
It is, but I don't
Got
believe,
two
it's
sets of
not,
stairs.
it's not closer than the,
Still inside the setback, outside the setback.
because you need a second egress, right?
correct.
Okay,
They pass sugar from building to building, from kitchen window to bathroom window in this neighborhood already, so.
is there anyone in the public want to speak in favor or against this matter? Okay,
In favor.
Connor, do you have a question? Connor?
You're all set?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so let's move to close this.
So I motion to close the public portion of this hearing.
For a second?
Second?
Second by Troy. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Myself, Nazir, aye.
Can I make one motion for 3 special permits?
Yes, I was gonna say that.
One for demo, one for intensification of the building coverage, and the third one for, sorry, you just said it.
For setback.
Setback, sorry. I wanted to write it down.
With it not detrimental to the neighborhood?
Yeah, Do we
no,
want to
no.
determine that first? Do you want to?
Yeah, then we do the
Determine that for the
variance
record.
after, yes.
Okay, so I suspend my existing motion and I move to determine that allowing the setback is non-detrimental to the neighborhood, as well as the intensification of the building coverage, or the demo of the building.
Okay. And, okay, very good. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion? I hear none. All in favor of that special permit? Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, aye. This carries.
Okay, so now I'll move to grant a special permit for the
Variance.
demo.
No, a variance for the,
I'm not doing the
FAR.
variance yet, I'm just doing the three special permits that we just
you
said were
you enter,
non-detrimental.
I think you added it to that special permit.
I didn't add it.
No?
I-
Okay.
I withdrew and now so now I'm representing my motion to grant a special permit for the demo, a special permit for the intensification of the building coverage, and a special permit for the setbacks.
Okay, do you have a second?
Second.
Is that you, Rich?
Chris?
Chris, second, Chris, any discussion? I hear none. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Myself, Nazir, aye.
And so now I'll move to grant a variance for the floor area ratio.
Okay, to 34.1%, correct?
34.1%.
That's correct.
Okay, and do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Troy, any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Abstain.
And myself, aye. So that carries. You also, okay, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for reducing the FAR.
So it's 401. Approve.
Just right next to the one, Richard.
Richard.
Richard abstained for the record, Patty. Richard.
Can't you just say no? I don't know how to spell abstained. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next continue public hearing, 43-25, Samora Arujo and Paulina Lima, 16 Wareham Ave.
This is a new, nope, this is continued, okay.
All right, name and addresses, please.
Brian Grady, GAF Engineering.
George Akitas, GS Design Group, 215 Onset Avenue.
All right, where did we leave this last time? When were you here? On the 11, on 14 or 28?
1 month ago.
A month ago? Let's see my notes here. All right, where did we leave it then?
It was an FAR issue, and we reduced the FAR to what the recommendations were of the board.
Right. And what was the FAR? What would you propose? Yeah,
The revised FAR is 28%,
and what's allowed there?
at 20.
20?
Yeah, we were originally
35.
35.
Yeah.
You asked us to reduce it.
We were looking for 37, you got it down to 38%, is that about right? Is that-
28.
35 to 28.
You got it from 35 down, you were at 37 and now you're down to 28.
Yes.
I can cross out. 28.
Okay. Would you reduce the second floor?
So we actually had a third floor
Yeah.
that had a little bit of space of the collar tie was at 7 feet. And it was just basically for storage and access to an observation level only. So we reduced that collar tie to 6'10", and it's going to be unfinished, and so that space doesn't count. That was one thing. And then we reduced the overall footprint a little this way, a little that way to get rid of the rest.
Yeah, the building coverage has been reduced by about 3% as well, reducing that footprint.
The building coverage is now not 27.3, what is it now?
24.4.
Thanks.
So building coverage is 24.4 now, it's allowed 20, and FAR is 20, you're asking 28, right?
Sir.
All right. Okay, board questions. Troy,
I have no questions.
Jimmy,
No, all set.
Chris?
Nope, no questions. I noticed on the side, you got, I think it's 14 and a half now instead of 10 and a half. which is-
Yeah, we were
which
able to
increased
increase the
that.
setback slightly with the reduced footprint, correct?
I'm good.
Richard?
All set.
Anyone in the public want to speak in favor or against? Connor, do you have any question? I'm sorry.
That's okay. I don't right now. Thank you.
Do we need a new set of plans to show the adjustment?
Do you have any plans?
Yeah, I have the new plans, they're on the portal,
There are?
I
You
have-
downloaded them?
yes.
Okay,
That, this
that's
site...
good enough for me.
You downloaded the site plan too, the
They're
new
on the
one.
portal, I have a copy here if you need.
All right, just give me the revised date on that new one.
Revision date is 2/2/26.
26, okay. All right, that being said, let's move to close.
So moved.
A motion to close the public hearing. Before we close, you want to add anything? Are you good? Sir, do you want to add something? No?
Second.
Second by Rich. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
And myself, aye.
So this can all go under one motion,
Yes,
if I'm seeing it right, and it's gonna be
a variance.
a variance, two variances, one for 24.4% of building coverage and the other one for 28% floor area ratio, and this will be according to a revised plan dated 2/22/26. Move to grant.
Okay, we have a motion to grant the variance. I would like to add this, drawn by GF Engineering, the
Yeah.
plan. Do I have a second on that?
Second?
Second by, by Troy. Do I have any discussion on that? None? I'd just like to add meet statutory requirement 40A, section
Standard
10.
conditions, yeah.
And the standard conditions. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy? Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, now, say aye. Thank you. 500.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys have anything to pass along? Yeah.
All right. 45-25, 17 Atlantic Ave, LLC.
I figured that was gonna happen. This is also a continued. Okay, just to refresh your memory. And for the guys down the street there. Jeremy Bork. Yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, I don't need to look at it.
Oh, okay. You don't need one?
I don't need to look at it.
Chrissy's got one.
Got one?
Thank you.
We're good?
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Name and address for the record.
Yes, good evening. Joe Fournier, JFF Design Architects, 24 Warwick Avenue, Waltham, Mass.
Okay, so where did we leave this last time?
We just asked for a continuance last time. We're actually here to open the hearing up tonight.
I think we opened it, we just didn't discuss
We
it.
haven't had any discussions.
And continued, okay,
Again, for the record, Zach Basinski, professional engineer, Bracken Engineering.
okay.
So we're here this evening on behalf of the applicants, 17 Atlantic, to do a raised demo of the existing structure. The existing lot was created in 1907. Existing house is a two-bedroom house built in 1925. So this is a property, it sustained a fire a few years ago. It's been since sold to our current clients who are looking to redevelop the property. So as you can see, to the north or east of the lot is Shell Point Bay. We're surrounded by developed lots to the south and west of us, and then Atlantic Ave and some developed lots to the north. Again, this is in the Agawam Beach neighborhood. Currently, the house sits up on a knoll. I don't know if you've seen the site pictures or been to the site. There's no on-site parking. There's an existing retaining wall. So as part of the project, we're looking to elevate the house, bring it up, put a basement underneath so we can get a garage on the property down low, meet the floodplain requirements, and then provide additional on-site parking right in the front of the house. So a vast improvement over what's there. New Title V septic system, nitrogen reduction, that has been reviewed and approved through conservation, through the Board of Health already. Project is still currently being reviewed through conservation. We're scheduled to be back in front of them on March 4th. They've asked us to reduce the size of the structure a little bit. So the intent for tonight's meeting is open it up, have any comments from the board. There were some letters already submitted to the board from some abutters. So we've had some conversations with their council and explained that we'd like to just take all the comments in and revise the plans accordingly to address their comments with the project. Again, the initial request was for a special permit under section 1352, and then a variance for under section 1353 for increased structure floor area ratio, or FAR, for the lot. This sits in the R60 zoning district. 17% is the FAR by right. Under the initial application, we were asking for 20.3%, so an additional 3%. And Joe can explain some of the architecture to the building that brought up the FAR on the project. Just to kind of wrap up or back on this, we believe the overall project, if approved, would have a positive benefit for the neighborhood, wouldn't be any more detrimental than what currently exists. In your packages, we had submitted some other FARs for the neighborhood based on the assessor record information. So we're right in line with what the other FARs are in the neighborhood. With that being said, again, we would have a new energy-efficient building, a new flood-compliant building, the increased parking on site, the denitrification septic system, further protecting all the abutting resource areas. All the existing utilities are out in the street, so there would be no impact on utilities. And I think it would be a vast improvement for the area.
All
Yes,
right. Go ahead.
No, thank you. So our client, George and Sam, husband and wife, they're looking to retire in this area. So we're looking to have them design a house that's actually in keeping with the neighborhood, but also in what they hope to do with it. They have 2 children, married. They have 1 grandchild so far, I believe. And yeah, so when we designed the house, we wanted to certainly capture all of the views. They're absolutely gorgeous views, and in doing so, we chose to do a step design for the back portion. So the bedrooms are actually unelevated, as you would expect, are elevated to capture those views. It's a 2.5-story structure. Granted, the existing structure is a single story, so it does have a presence to it. But in the design of it, we hoped by stepping the second and the attic level back, we were hoping to take down the massing and balance that with the lot, and kind of responding to the way the lot curves. The one point to note is our FAR actually has been upgraded since the submission with response to Concom, so we're down at 19.7, I believe, right? And we've also dropped our living area as well to 2390. So those are some reductions.
19.7% on the FAR?
Yes, sir. And that site plan is actually in the portal right now, the revised one.
Yep. So that's what's allowed at R60, 17% FAR? Is it R43 or R60?
It's an
R60,
R60.
They
17.
allowed 17.
They allow 17, yes. So that, hence the variance. We still require a variance for the 19.7. The setbacks, the footprint, we adhere to the existing footprint of the building structure. We did expand some lower profile decks and stairs to help our resource collection for water, for roof runoff, but also to capture again some of those views. So we actually ended up with a reduction of lot coverage with respect to site, basically site coverage. We have some patio space and some pavers and whatnot, so we did a trade-off there. So we ended up with a net, I don't know if we have the number, exactly what the reduction is, but we're continually looking at that as well.
All right. And you keeping it at the same footprint, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. I start with Troy. What do you have?
I don't have any questions at the moment.
Jimmy?
It's currently, the current footprint is non-conforming or pre-existing non-conforming?
Correct.
Okay. Because I'm reading in the bylaw 1351 here, it says the proposed addition extension will conform to current setbacks and coverage for the zoning district in which the existing structure and additions. You're not making it, you're going with the pre-existing non-conforming.
Yes, sir. So the areas that are exceeding the footprint are the deck spaces. And since we also have to elevate the structure out of the water table, we're required to have larger stairs than currently. It's a single-step walk-in at the moment.
Yeah.
So we can't obviously have that. So we're about 4 feet above grade now. So we needed to expand this. So at the same time, we thought it would be a nice nuance with the house to have a deck there as well. We're not looking to do patio space, on-grade patio space. We respect conservation's, I guess, reluctance would probably be a
So
good idea.
if it weren't for the decks, you'd be in conformity?
No, not the side yard setback.
You still have some
Still
setback.
the
The
setback.
existing setback is in violation currently.
Okay. Those are my only questions.
Chris?
I don't have any questions at this.
Richard?
Nope, I'm good, but I'm glad to see that house will be in good shape when I'm out there cohogging. I get to look up there and see it, so.
Our client will likely join you,
Oh, good.
or he would be a recipient of some of those cohogs.
All right, anyone in the
As long as
public
it's not
want to
over
speak in
$50
favor?
worth.
Sorry. Anyone want to speak in favor of this project? In favor? You gotta come forward. Okay, just state your name and address, and just state if you're in favor or against.
Hi, my name is Tom Majensky. I reside at 24 Atlantic Avenue, and I'm in favor of the project. However, I did want to have some concerns that have been addressed to get it on the record.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir. First, I want to say that I understand and respect the homeowner's desire to improve their property, and I appreciate the board's work in balancing individual projects with the needs of our very tight coastal community. So my first concern was the nitrogen reduction septic system venting. Based on a prior meeting of the Board of Health on January 21st, the ventilation exhaust system was proposed to be moved from the right side of the house to somewhere on the left of the house and in the front yard. This would put the venting system in front of my house. Given our prevailing winds and close proximity of my home to the street, I was concerned about the odors of gases being carried directly toward my front door, family room window, and kitchen window. As such, I respectfully request that the board consider requiring the septic vent to be routed up through the home's roof line instead. My understanding is that this is a common and effective way to dispense the exhaust well above neighborhood homes and pedestrian beach traffic, thus minimizing potential odor and air quality impacts at street level. Additionally, I'm concerned about the noise from the system's blower and request that the blower be buried in insulated noise-reducing box or container. So subsequently, at the end of the last meeting on February 4th with the Conservation Committee, out in the hallway, I had conversation with engineer of the project, Zachary Beresinski. Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
You got close enough.
I'm a Genski, and you're both skis, so and who he related to me that the system could be vented out and up through the roof line of the house. He further stated that the intake pipe could be moved to the left front corner of the house, and the blower could be buried in that area as well. This I was happy with, to have it all up, and he's gonna hide the ventilation pipe, which is up by the corner of his structure, in like some vegetation, like a yew or something, or some kind of a, so I was happy with that. And then I also had, my second concern involved the septic system, which I have, my leaching system is out in the roadway. I had a variance on that back in 2002, and I just wanted to make sure that it was marked off and no super heavy equipment crush it, you know, so I just wanted to make everyone aware of that. And the engineer Zach Beninsky, he assured me that they would just mark it off and take care of it that way. And finally, I had concerns about coming and going during the construction, and requested that during construction, we had clear access and advanced communication if temporary disruption was going to be unavoidable. And he assured me that that would be the case, that we would be advised. So I raised these points in the spirit of cooperation and neighborhood harmony. I'm not opposed to the project itself. I am simply asking these practical concerns be addressed so we can coexist comfortably during and after construction. Thank you very much for your time and consideration.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
You're at 21 Atlantic?
I'm at 24, sir.
24. Well, a couple of things. I mean, we could take the word for a couple of things. That's a Board of Health issue that we can, but if they could commit to it on records, it'd be nice.
Right, yes. And
The nitrogen release vent, they use carbon on top of it. I do those a lot. But if they agree, are you guys in agreement to move it?
We did, yes.
So that's the first
vented
thing.
out through the roof line, and then,
Okay.
yes. And the intake valve as well as, would be in that same area, the left front side of the house, and bury the box in a,
And you're gonna get soundproof box that you could bury the blower.
Correct.
Okay, you agree to this stuff. Did you show them on the Board of Health, on the septic plan?
No, we're currently updating the plan set, and we're going to incorporate Tom's comments into
Okay.
that.
but I wasn't able to make the Board of Health meeting.
No, that's okay.
otherwise.
Some of the changes, Mr.
All
Chair,
right.
some of the changes are already incorporated in the
right.
updated septic.
Also, you said your septic, some of it is on the road,
Is in the road, yes.
and you're gonna mark it? You get the plan from Board of Health and mark it so the trucks don't collapse it?
Yep.
Okay, and you'll give them a notice before construction,
Construction.
apparently, and you notify DEP, I mean, Conservation, everybody before you start,
Oh, exactly, yep.
and you post a sign,
Yep.
the states. These are my questions, and just to, when you looking to start construction, when the weather breaks?
Our client would like to start as soon as he is able,
All right.
so.
But I personally will see what the board wants. I want you to revise the septic plan. If you wish, you could tell me, I'm not gonna give it to you, I'll go to Board of Health and do it. But as a good gesture, you revise the site plan showing us where the vents, what the gentleman asked, if you're in agreement with it.
Yep.
And next hearing, I could decide on this personally, but I'm only one vote, so we'll see what the rest of the board.
I agree with you.
Jimmy?
I'm just shy on one bit of information. You're at the end of a dead-end street. If I kept going, I'd go into the water.
You would.
And where are you?
We're just across the street,
You're
on the opposite side of the
okay,
street.
so he's already got his septic system in the street, so you got yours going where?
In the driveway, actually?
In the driveway?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And you're a retired state trooper?
Yes, sir. I didn't know you knew that.
I didn't until you told me. I was driving stakes in the road to put up a bouncy house, and you
that's
came out
right.
and expressed your concern about your septic system.
Right, yes.
But
Now I remember.
I don't remember anything, because I'm too old.
I remember. You have the business with the,
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Actually, that's my girlfriend's business. I'm in a different business, but
oh, that's right.
it's her business,
I
and I
was-
do all the work.
Right. Okay,
She
yeah.
gets all the money.
Right, no, I don't think we've had that. We haven't had a party, neighborhood party with the,
I just, yeah.
With
I didn't
the-
want you to think I was snubbing you.
Oh,
Never
no,
snub,
no,
never snub an ex-state trooper.
Ever.
All right, very well. Chris?
What's the height of this new building?
It's 35 feet.
35?
Yes, sir.
So is that max?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
See
I'd-
how
I'd also
little the world
like
is.
to see if, there's a letter here from somebody else, one of the other neighbors, I believe. 15 Atlantic Avenue,
I believe their attorney's on Zoom.
and opposed to it, so
Yep.
I guess I'd like to hear that.
I don't see that letter in my package. You get that letter from the neighbors?
I think his attorney said was on Zoom, maybe?
All right, is Attorney Cabral here?
That's Eugenio, Jeffrey Eugenio.
Oh, they on Zoom?
He's on
Okay.
Zoom.
All right. Yeah, very good, thank you. Chris, before we go to the attorney, the neighbors, would you have something to say?
I'm good.
All right, Richard?
I'm good.
All right, before we go to Zoom, anyone in the public also in favor of this matter? Anyone in favor? Okay. Anyone against in the public before we go to Zoom? Anyone against this matter? All right, we go to Attorney Cabral on Zoom. Attorney Cabral, you there?
I let them in. Give them 1 second.
He's letting them in now, okay. Will he show up on the screen, or does he have to hit his camera and unmute himself?
Oh, there I go.
Here we go.
You see me now?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Chair. Jeff Eugenio of Gellerman Cabral in Norwood. I represent the John Wybrick Trust. They are the owners of 15 Atlantic, which is directly abutting the property. This property has been in their family for about 35 years at this point. As it was alluded to, I did submit a couple of letters to the board over the past month. I rely mostly on the points made in my letters. I don't want to belabor too much of the board's time tonight. I just want to point out, I do think that the applicant needs a variance under section 1353 and 1357, which requires variances when there are new nonconformities. I just like to point out, in addition to the FAR, I think that those decks, porches mentioned are clearly an expansion of the footprint here. The footprint, as you know, is just not only the foundation. I think when you look at those decks and the landings to the side, you'll see that the footprint is basically being built out over greater than 50% of the existing footprint, which is more or less just the foundation. I would say the Conservation Commission did ask the applicants to come back to the commission with the plan that kept within the footprint, the actual footprint of the building. That's obviously a main concern of our client, that the great expansion of this property that's already non-conforming, doubling the size of the living area. Obviously, they need the variance for the FAR. we're skeptical this is only going to be a two-bedroom property, but nonetheless, that's not an issue for the board. Primarily concerned about that footprint. Also on the plans, and I would just say again, we don't have an updated version of the plans. Speaking with Mr. Brzezinski today, I understand there's new plans coming. Our view is that these plans are not in sufficient detail. You have stairs coming off the proposed dwelling, which come to 2.3 feet off our client's property at 15 Atlantic. We'd like to see those either pushed further from the boundary, oriented towards either the front or the rear, and not our property. I would just add, I did speak to both of the presenters this afternoon. I do appreciate their time on this. They were patient with me and went through our concerns, but we still have a few more, and I think they understand that. Those stairs, we would like to see a fence. I understand there may be a plan for a 6-foot PVC fence around the rear. We would like to around the perimeter, at least on our side. I think that's something we definitely want to see. And another issue as to some of the detailing that we don't have in the plans right now. We'd like to see exactly what's going to be put in terms of air conditioning condensers, which appear to be within the setback, and our clients. On our client's side, are they going to be traditional condensers or what? Additionally, a generator is also shown. Again, there's a lack of detail as to these exterior items, which are within the setback on our side. I just like to reemphasize, we'd like to see some updated plans. Currently, our clients are against this proposal. I appreciate the spirit to keep working with new plans and to see what goes back before the Conservation Commission will be telling. That's all I have for the board this evening. If you have any other questions, again, there's 3 trustees we represent that own 15 Atlantic, and I'm happy to answer any. I do appreciate the board's time tonight.
Thank you, Councilor. We will discuss maybe changing the location of these steps. I'm sure the generator they could put on the north side towards the water and the condenser that doesn't cause any noise. However, we do in our bylaws here, if you are an existing non-conforming, you could extend that non-conformity with the steps, so on the setback. The FAR definitely needs a variance, it's very clear. I'm sure the applicant heard the attorney, and let's hear from the applicant how far they're willing to work for you. My question is your client totally against the project, or a few things if you could, the applicant can tweak the plan, would that work? This is my question.
I mean, there are a few things that can work for them, right? I think the big elephant in the room is the size of the footprint. That's, if you do compare the existing and the proposed, and you count all those decks with that, which I think you do, you're looking at a greater than a 50% increase in lot coverage there. Again, just say that's obviously they want a larger house. That's a sticking point. But if that can be reduced, that would serve our clients' priorities.
Okay, and all right.
I mean, they don't want to be unreasonable. They understand that it's going to be owner occupied. They want to be a good neighbor. They've been there 35 years. They know the neighborhood.
All right, one issue at a time.
Sure.
I gotta stop you. Excuse me, sir. It's in the back, Jimmy. Gentleman in the back.
Billy, we can't hear because you guys are talking so loud.
It echoes a lot. If you guys
Thank you.
don't mind.
We can hear you. We can hear you from here better than you can hear us. Thank you. Huh?
All right. So you heard the attorney. So
Yes.
how can we work things out, Pinkham?
So we assured Mr. Ujana that we have actually, so firstly, to answer his questions, we're intending to use mini splits, so there'll be inverters versus a traditional conventional condenser unit. In doing a little research on that, I noted that the inverters run about a 45 decibel versus the conventional condenser runs about a 75, so they're considerably quieter. But in addition to that, what we've done is we've actually pointed the fans, to your point, actually to the south towards the water, so it's away from it doesn't blow directly towards the abutter. We split it up. You have a second location, which is in the front of the building, and I don't know if you like this, but they're very, very quiet. They're actually blowing out onto the driveway. So the fans are incredibly quiet, and certainly in comparison, even the new conventional condensers are a lot quieter, but these are even quieter. So that's first and foremost. Excuse me, with respect to the decks and the stairs. I should say.
Generator. Let's go to the generator.
So the generator, we actually have located that also on the south face, and that's actually pointing towards the water as well. And that's on the site.
The water is more of a north, right? Or I'm
But
seeing
we actually have both.
north and east. You have
That's correct.
on the east side, so you're
And it
gonna put
continues down to the south as well.
Right.
I didn't hear excuse me, the last comment about the generator.
The generator, we're actually putting it facing towards the water, towards the southern.
The east side of the structure, and
They're actually on the west side of us.
it's on the west, okay.
Yeah, they're on the west, and we're proposing that the generator's gonna be it's the southeast area.
Okay,
yeah, To be
okay.
exact.
Trying to get it oriented, yeah, but
Yep.
My question is, why can't you put everything on the north side where under that deck, you have a deck, pergola or something, towards the water on the north, towards pretty much the northeast side, yeah.
Here, the conservation and the setbacks to the buffer zone.
Yeah,
You have 30 feet,
So
you can
We
still
don't.
fit them.
The whole thing's within the 30-foot.
right.
So we can either look at up top in the north.
he's pointing here.
Two-thirds of the
or
house is in the
We're thinking on the
30-foot.
south side of the plan and the back side of the lot back here.
Isn't the green line is the 30 foot?
That's the great.
That's our erosion
from the
control.
salt marsh. We have the 30-foot here.
Yeah.
And then the 30-foot from the top of the coastal bank. Is the orange line that goes right through the middle of the house.
Okay.
Right. So, talking with Mr. Eugenio, like Joe said, we're working with the neighbors to make sure all the utilities point away so the noise doesn't go directly towards the house. Tom's concern about the blower units was the same concern Mr. Eugenio had brought up at the Board of Health, so we're moving all that to the middle of the lot, burying everything, and then running the vent pipes up the building to take care of the smell concern and the noise concern from the blower unit for the septic system. So that will all be muffled, and then the only last area was the generator, and we're thinking on the back side here on the south side of the property.
All right, the fence between 15 Atlantic.
There's currently a fence there in the exact area where we're extending the stairs, but as we talked to Mr. Eugenio earlier today, my client would be certainly amenable to extending the fence to the edge of the lot line, and perhaps even further that right now, between the two houses, it's a downgrade, it's a 2-foot downgrade. So what we would propose is we put in a garden-type wall to kind of,
Maybe some giant greens?
and then it's like you're in my head, yes. I was gonna suggest that, so we'll have the fence and then do some large greens on the other side.
All right.
That would also help a privacy issue that they have as well.
That front step he's concerned about, is there a possible way it could be moved somewhere? Yeah, no, on the front a bit. Which one he's concerned about?
He's concerned about the lot, the side,
Yeah, the
That
porch
one?
coming off.
yes. So.
Are you
so
stuck with that?
Well, unfortunately, yes, because we've elevated, so we need additional distance to the grade, and it is the egress, the second means of egress from the home. So we are required to have that. We're not able to, I would have loved to turn that 90 degrees towards the street, but because we have the bulkhead there, it makes it impossible to make that turn. So the only path forward, I looked at it about 5 different ways. That's no exaggeration. So
it's only for egress?
it's only for egress.
Why not in the back, to the east side?
There are other doors that lead out onto the decks, but they can't be counted for egress because of the nature of the door.
If
for
there's
building
other
code.
door, you have doors and,
Yes, we have there's actually it's not a nano wall, but a nano wall style door that fully opens onto the deck.
right, but the east side, you get bunch of sliders, right?
Right, we can't use those for egress.
What?
The configuration by the building code, we can't use those for
Why?
egress. has to do with the motion of the door, so the egress would be off to the side.
I guess they're sliders, they don't swing, is that?
Sliders can be used for egress? Who said that?
Building code?
Building code? Are you sure?
99%, unless there was an update. It's been the tradition that we don't use those for egress doors.
I've used them all my life. It's a second, I mean, I'm doing project now, there was no issue, and it's showed and the plan approved. All right, let's check on that. We'll take a note to check on this to me. Make sure, you're sure of your story?
As sure as without looking at the code. A long time ago, I was taught never to memorize the code, so I'll go back and I'll look, but it's been our practice not to use sliders as egress for the same reason that you likely do.
Okay, if you are to use a French door and solve this issue, why not doing that?
That would certainly be something that we would consider, absolutely.
Can you commit to that?
Sure.
And that will solve that step on the side.
Move the step.
Yeah, I mean, they put it in the back.
Well, the step would be
becomes an egress.
eliminated. We would certainly consider that, yes. Will we adhere, I would want to confer with my client. That's actually treated like their mudroom area, so I don't want to change the design without them.
You want to not vote on it tonight and let them talk to the
Yeah,
clients?
absolutely, I mean,
Yeah,
Thank
okay.
you.
we're trying to make it work out, trying to make
And-
life
As
easier,
well.
because,
We're committed to that as well, yes,
you
sir.
understand, you know what a variance mean, so.
I do.
All right, what do you think, Counselor?
Like what I'm hearing, the most important thing is I do want to see a lot of this in new plans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Updated plans, you know, some of that proof is in the pudding in some ways. You know, it sounds like the second egress could go somewhere else, could go on the garage side. You know, I'm not an architect, but it seems like it could go over there. I do appreciate the conversation with these two gentlemen. I plan to continue it. But proof is in the pudding in terms of the updated plans, which I hope to see soon.
All right, go
So,
ahead, Jay.
so, and they're not done with conservation, so we'd want to wait for that anyway, because that could change setbacks. They're talking conservation may require some changes to the setback. That could change
So
the
why
whole
don't-
plan.
Right, so when,
We need to continue.
yes. But before, Chris, what do you think after all this conversation?
I like them getting rid of those stairs on the side, so close, yeah.
You like them moved?
I would like, yeah.
I agree.
What about a bridge to the neighbors, and then he can use the neighbors' stairs?
Oh, well, it seems funny, you come down, you have 2 feet, 27 inches there? When you come down at the bottom of the stairs, that doesn't seem like enough room
Trust me, I
for a
looked at
landing when you
that
come
too.
off the stairs.
I tried.
End up in the neighbor's yard no matter what.
But, you know, to your point, that might not be a bad thing, you know.
Well, they might get
put a
along,
door
but
in
if
the-
they don't,
Door in the
you know.
fence and, you know,
Yeah, but then you put the fence there and you come down the stairs and you're right,
it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so.
you're right there.
I mean, one of the other things I looked at doing is perhaps do a landing at the base of those stairs too, but that would actually go closer to the property line in order to get the 3-foot minimum step landing, if you will, and then turn them.
I think you have a solution.
So, but I think we can probably work with
The
them.
problem, if you put a fence and do abrevieties, you're not gonna, those abrevieties gonna open to 4 or 5 feet. You're not gonna have room to walk on this
I
stuff.
agree with you.
Troy, do you have any final thoughts?
I do not.
Anyone else against this project or have comments on Zoom or somewhere else? So my recommendation, go back to Board of Health, tell them about these
Conservation.
vents.
Yep, conservation.
Yeah, conservation,
Board of Health is done?
with passport of health, yes.
Okay, so we'd like to see, all right, we'd like to see the fence moved and all that. You gotta check with the Board of Health or you the engineer?
Yes.
You did, so you could vent up 30 feet in the air, no
Yep.
problem?
Yep, I can vent that
It can
up.
handle the septic?
Yep.
So let's implement this in the plan. Think very carefully about that step, about
100%.
moving it. I check on a building code, I will myself.
Yep.
As well. Generator, those condensers, I know they're not loud. wherever you could tuck them away somewhere, it'll be great.
That'll be reflected on the plan as well, Mr. Chair.
Right. See, that's the problem. Everywhere you're going around, you have decks.
Mr. Chair, may I ask a question while you
Yeah.
think of this? So I just want to correct something that you may have mentioned. You said about removal of the fence. We're actually going to introduce a fence. We're not removing a fence. We want to introduce a fence.
Extending it, or isn't there one existing?
There's a section, there's maybe 1.5 sections there, but we want to, in support of what the abutter would like, we'll extend that fence down the property
Extend.
line. Yep, and green it.
I'm not a fan of fences, but that's between you and them. I'd rather see green, evergreens. But the generator, maybe you could work out something with the neighbors. As you know, it goes once a week for like 12 minutes. And if you lose power, you lose power. They're gonna have to suffer. The whole neighborhood's gonna suffer from generators. So, I mean, that could be worked out with the neighbors. Pick up a date they're not home. Like you pick like a day, you ask the neighbor, say, we're not here on Wednesday, 10 o'clock. And you have your electrician program it to run those 12 minutes a week at 12 o'clock, so you don't. And like I said, if we lose power, I'm sure they understand if it's running for a week or so. So let's do all these things, revise the plans, and how much time you need to come back?
We're in front of the Concom on March 4th, so would March 11th work? A week out?
You wanna March, hold on, let me see what we got here.
Because our intent
March
is,
11.
yeah, our intent is to get all the plans updated, get Mr. Eugeneo's comments into it. We would email them ahead of time with
And
everything.
put them on the portal, on the
Yeah,
town.
and we'll upload everything to
So
the portal.
you wanna come back on 11th, is that good? On the 11th March, you should be good.
Should be good by
Do
then.
you wanna add anything, sir?
No, sir, thank you, just, yep. I'll talk to.
Better view from where he's sitting.
What's that?
Better view from there than going back to the,
Yeah, oh, I'm
to the
sorry.
peanut
I didn't know,
gallery.
should I have sat back there?
That's all right.
That's
No,
okay,
you're
you're
not
fine.
bothering
You're
anybody.
good.
One of the
All
boys.
right, that being said, board questions before we send them away? Anybody else in the public? All right, I hear none. Let's
Motion
move.
to continue till 3/11/26.
Thank you very much.
Second.
Second by Richard, all in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
I'm sorry, Jim?
That's all right. Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye. Continued
Thank you very much.
until the 11th.
your
Thank
time.
you.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt to communicate with the attorney.
Well, we reached out to them this afternoon, and we set up a conference call just for that reason.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you to the board.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna move to the public hearing, 26-1, Mr. Andrade,
You got plans and
307 Onset Ave.
Guys, get stuff to turn back in. Thank you.
Chair, I'm waiting for Mr. Andrade.
Yeah.
Could you just table this for,
All right, let's table it to the end. Can I get a motion to table this to the
So
end?
moved.
A motion by Jim to table 26-1, Mr. Andrade, 307 Onset Ave, to the end. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
Myself, Nazir, aye. So that's tabled. Ronald, why there's no case numbers in front of these?
Catone,
There's no,
they
like,
changed,
26-2,
Okay.
26-3.
because the person
Josh.
that put the case number in there is,
as good as Sonia.
Oh, okay, so I believe that should be 26.
not as good what is Sonia.
So I'm assuming Ronald
Yeah.
Caton should be 26-2.
I think so. I think it's written on the front of the folder, Jim.
I got it.
Take a look at that.
Okay.
Andrade, we just went by.
So anyway, so Ronald Caton, 2838 Cranberry Highway, special permit or variance? Slash a variance and
Is
or.
this Blissful Lane, Catone?
What was that?
Nope, you're not Blissful Lane, okay.
Mr. Chairman, my name is
I got
Dennis
it,
Connery.
Just gotta read it for the record quick.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Keep your agenda and give me the,
Let me give you Atlantic, this is Atlantic Ave.
Yeah, I know, that's what I've got in my hand here. I'm waiting to close the phone, but I didn't want you to marry your agenda to it. Is that yours?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. You get talking and we get talking and we sometimes do that. 15, 20. Okay. And while I'm reading, big plan, little plan, keep going with the big plan for yourself. There you go.
Thank you.
And I think I gave you enough, yes. Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on February 11th, 2026 at 6:30 PM in room 520 of the Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. 02571, to consider petition number 26-2 for a special permit and/or variance or variances, if needed, from the requirements of Article 3, Tables 320, Article 6, Table 623, and Article 15, Section 15, under the Wareham zoning bylaws, to Ronald Catone, care of Dennis J. Conroy, Esquire of 245 Main Street, Wareham, Mass., applying for a building permit for the ability to park registered vehicles, trailers, heavy equipment used in the applicant's business on the site located at 2838 Cranberry Highway, Wareham, Mass. This would appear on Assessors Map 129, Lot 1069A, in the Strip Commercial Zoning District.
Very well. Go ahead.
Dennis Conroy, 245 Main Street, Wareham. I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Catone.
Yep.
And Mr. Catone?
Ronald Catone, 3 Moline, Wareham, Mass.
Okay. So let's hear it.
Mr. Chairman, Ron Catone has been residing with his family at 3 Emma Lane at a house that, for the past 10 years. And he's been operating his landscaping business out of a lot that is next to the police station behind behind
The Rainbow Girls Building. No, they're not, it's the other guys. It's the guy version. Huh?
behind the Masonic
Masonic Lodge.
behind the
Masonic Lodge.
Masonic Lodge. It's a small lot. So, Mr. Catone has entered into a purchase and sale agreement to purchase the property at 2838 Cranberry Highway, where he wants to move his business and his family. He wants to live in the house and run his business out of that lot. So, after he entered into the purchase and sale agreement, Mr. Catone alone went and met with Paul Turner to see what if he needed something or what he needed to be able to do this. And essentially what Mr. Turner told him was that he wanted to establish a contractor's yard, which is not allowed under the Wareham zoning bylaw, and therefore he would need to come before this board and get various variances. Mr. Catone's business, he's a landscaper. He's not he doesn't deal in hardscape. He doesn't have any heavy equipment. The one mistake that was in the advertisement, I don't believe any of his equipment would be called heavy equipment, but maybe that's not a big deal. He currently has 2 employees, and so with himself, there's 3 people working. He owns 2 pickup trucks, and he has 2 small dump trucks, and he has he has some trailers. All these vehicles are registered, and They're all located in the small lot behind the Masonic Lodge on Main Street. So he has, I submit that Mr. Turner's conclusion that he wants to operate a contractor's lot is a conclusion that I don't agree with. The history of this property is interesting. Now, fortunately, we have some pictures of the existing lot. It's a 1.1 acre parcel of land. Because we've had such pleasant weather over the last month, perhaps some of you didn't have a chance to walk the site. So in the photographs that I have prepared, I'm just going to quickly go through them to tell you what they are. So the first photograph is the house. Now, the history of this property is from 2009 through 2024. It was owned by a gentleman by the name of Richard White. In 2024, he sold the property to William Bechant, Stingray Realty, I think is the corporate name. After Mr. Bechant bought the property in 2024, he totally rehabilitated the house that's on the property, and picture number one is the house as it looks now, or how it looked in October before it started snowing. And picture number two is another picture of the same house. Three is a garage that is located on the property, and we'll go through the site plan briefly once we get through the pictures. This is number four is the inside of the two-car garage that's located on the property. Number five is a picture showing the garage and the house. And number six, I think, is one of the more important pictures here. That's standing with your back to the house, looking north towards, I guess it's Agawam Pond, or the pond. And it shows on the right-hand side there the garage, the two-car garage that we saw, and then it has four, I'll call them storage trailers. Actually, one of them looks like an old over-the-road trailer. Then there's and the next is a storage trailer, and then there's another storage trailer that says movers on the side of it, so it looks like it was an old moving van of sorts. And then on the left-hand side, that was a storage trailer that somebody put doors on. Now, it looks like, I have not been able to talk to Mr. White. I haven't been able to get him. I think he lives somewhere up in the Rainham area. And to find out what was going on this site, because it looks like, it looks like what happened is that there were 4 trailers, 4 sites. There are numbers that were nailed to the trees. These things all still exist on the site. So there was a business being operated there from perhaps 2009 up until, these trailers are all still there. Mr. Bechant bought the property expecting to use it in his business and relocate some of his presence to Wareham. In the meantime, he found a more desirable place that he wanted to do business. I'm not sure whether it was in Lakeville or Middleborough. So he then decided that he would sell the property. But in the meantime, he went ahead and rehabbed the entire house, got whatever building permits were necessary from the town, rebuilt the garage, put a new septic system in, and went through the Board of Health. And I suspect that the Conservation Commission must have been involved at some point before he decided to sell the property. So now he Ron has now decided that this would work out well for he and his family and the business. And their business, what happens is, nobody conducts any business as such on this particular property. They'll live there, and they'll put some equipment there. They'll just, it'll be the trucks that he has, all registered vehicles, no heavy earth-moving equipment, and his workers, and it's a very modest business, and he used, when I filed this, he had three employees, but now he's down to 2. It's probably somewhat seasonal. So but the business, just like all trade businesses, the plumber does his work in somebody's house. Ron does his work in somebody's yard. So he's not, this business doesn't draw anybody to the site. If he's able to park his vehicles there that he's not using, and one of the trucks is his personal vehicle that he drives around. This is no different than any other tradesman that I see. Is a tradesman considered to be doing business in his house if he leaves for work and takes a worker with him? I submit that really isn't doing business here. But so if you look at, I stopped at the picture number 6. Number 6, or I'm on, 6. And number 7 is just a close-up, a better look at the structures that are there. And in some of this property is bisected by a zoning boundary. It's strip commercial in the front along Cranberry Highway, and in the back, it's residential 130R. And under the zoning bylaw that I've cited in my written presentation here, I don't have the particular statute, there's a provision that says that the less restricted property can extend into the more restricted property for no more than 30 feet. So that would be part of our request that this board allow that the use be extended into an additional 30 feet. So moving through the pictures here, with number 8 is self-explanatory. Number 9 shows the back of the property, looking towards the pond. And now number 10, this gives you an idea of what the neighborhood is like. This lot is sandwiched between 2 pretty heavily used parcels. The abutter on the left is a longtime equipment owner, Mr. McKee, and he's this picture that looks like it was taken July 2025 showed numerous trucks, some looks like a dump trailer, and all this equipment. And then on the right-hand side there, you can see a fence behind the pickup trucks. Well, that's the boundary line between Mr. McKee's property and this in Mr. Bouchant's property. So it's on the right, over that fence is where Mr. Catone wants to operate or park his vehicles. And the last couple pictures, one of them is number 12. It's an overhead Google shot that shows the 3 parcels. We got Kelly's Marine on the right, which is quite densely intensely used. And then where that little red dot is, that's the house that I think it was taken before the house was all renovated. And behind that red dot is the garage, also before the renovation was completed. And the, as I'll show you on the site plan when we get to it, a corner of the garage is located in the R130 district. All the rest of it, the front majority of it is located in the commercial district. So if you run a line from the garage parallel with Cranberry Highway, that's about where the zoning district changes from commercial, strip commercial to the residential section. Right now, some of those, I think 3 of the containers that are there are located in the R130 district. Mr. Catoni's not going to use those. He's going to get rid of them, dispose of them. Hopefully that he can maybe sell one of them. But the one of the 4 containers, which is the steel one, which is quite substantial, he wants to keep that one. That's so now when reading Mr. Turner's letter when he denied this application for a permit, I didn't follow his thinking that there was going to be 10 parking spaces needed. I wasn't present. I hadn't been represented yet, so I don't know what the discussion went, and I don't want to get into what he said or she said. But in his letter of denial, he mentioned something about maybe needing site plan review because there may be more than 10 parking places, and I don't understand how he could have got there. And I also looked to, I read the entire zoning bylaw at the last meeting. I heard that you're going to revise the zoning bylaw. I think that's a good idea. And but there's no definition for a contractor's yard in the zoning bylaw. So and I don't really know what a contractor's yard is. Yeah, I know sometimes contractors, get into commercial buildings and they each take a bay or something like that. But Mr. Catone is he's not renting this out. He's going to live there with his family. He's just going to park his four registered vehicles there, and he's got a leaf trailer and just a typical small landscape business. And I don't think that this type of a business or use is inappropriate, and I think it's very appropriate, especially when looking at the neighborhood where this is going into. There has to be a place in town where a tradesman can park his trucks and work out of, so I don't know what variance. My position is that this is not a prohibited use in this zoning district, especially when you look at the parking issue that seems to have maybe triggered Mr. Turner's feelings here, or decision. The zoning bylaw does have some guidance on outdoor storage. It's in section 530 and 530.1 that they discuss outdoor storage of vehicles. And it's not prohibited. If there's a distinction made between registered vehicles and unregistered vehicles. And there's a limitation on like in section 530, it says the zoning bylaw says, "No person or property owner shall have or allow more than one unregistered vehicle, trailer, vessel, camper on the premises unless so authorized by the selectmen." We're not asking permission to put any unregistered vehicles there. All of his vehicles and trailers are registered. But he does, Mr. Catone and none of his employees have CDL licenses, so he can't use that equipment, a large over-the-road vehicle. And I don't know what you'd consider a heavy, I would say that this is not heavy equipment, but that was just in the ad, so if anybody was going to be scared off by it. And then, then in section 5, or the next section in the zoning bylaw, 530, outdoor storage. It says outdoor storage, which includes storage of construction, manufacturing, service, wholesale equipment, materials, junk, or heavy motorized equipment of any type which is not for sale or rent, shall be concealed from public view by a solid fence. So it's not prohibited. Now, the way Ron runs his business, he doesn't take any materials back to his yard. He doesn't at the Masonic parking lot, and he doesn't want to do that. So if they've got extra mulch, he just takes it, that gets dumped to the dump, along with the leaves and the brush and whatever he takes up. So there's not going to be any dumping in his yard. He's not going to store wholesale equipment or wholesale materials there. He's not going to get a big pile of loam or anything objectionable. Whatever he takes off the customer's site, he takes to the dump. And it sounds like kind of a white glove operation, but that's it. And that's all he's asking for. And I submit that, he's going to clean up this property. He's going to take those old trailers that I submit look like they're 15 years old to me. So there's been a business going on there. I don't know the details of it. Probably was, in some people's definition, a contractor's yard, but it's not what Ron wants to do there. So, I think I've touched on everything that I wanted to right now. So I submit that the best way to resolve this is to simply say this is not that it's not a violation of the zoning bylaw for him to park his vehicles, his 4 trucks there, and he's not bringing customers to the site. He's not intensifying the use. I was puzzled when I looked at the use map as to what's allowed in strip commercial. You can't have a beauty parlor, but it drove me nuts. They were totally inconsistent and illogical as to, I said, I don't have to fight that battle right now. I guess it. So all I'm saying is I don't see how this use violates the zoning bylaw. It's not what I would call a contractor's yard, and he's just parking 4 vehicles there, and meeting maybe his help comes, and if one of them takes one of his cars home, or one of the trucks home.
Can we move for a motion? You can't do anything. You haven't been invited to speak.
Well, you could do a point of order if you want. You could point of order if you wish. Well, you gotta come and state your point of order.
I think that the argument's been made.
Listen, time out. You gotta come to a mic first. You wanna come, state your name and address? And the only thing you could do is point of order. Sit down, name and address.
Christopher Conley, 9 Ash Street, Wareham,
Okay,
Massachusetts.
do you wanna make point of order?
Point of order to move for a motion, please.
Okay, we have a point of order to move. Can I have a second on that? Motion for a point of order to move forward. If we agree with the gentleman, so council are gonna have to stop arguing and we start interfering. If you don't agree, we keep the councilor talking. So his point of order to stop the argument and move forward, correct?
Yes,
Okay, so can I have a motion on that? Somebody gonna make a
I
motion?
think the counselor is trying to be as brief
No,
as possible.
That's not, no, without, there's a point of order, we gotta say
I don't
a
re-
second or not. Somebody can second this?
If it doesn't get seconded, it doesn't move.
Correct, if somebody wants to second the point of order?
I'll second the point of order.
Second by Chris. The point of order been seconded, all in favor say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Chris? Jimmy?
Nay.
Nay. Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, I only need 3 votes anyway, so we're gonna move, we'll let you rebut, but we're gonna move forward.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Sure.
All right, let me explain quick why it's a commercial use, the lot. However, the denial, it's a non-conforming lot. And when you are a non-conforming, in this case, because the frontage, that was a residential house back then, it stays residential. So if it was back then a business law, somebody running a business, it stays as a non-conforming as business. So you can't take the business and put a residential without a variance. That's why the commission wants a variance on that. If he had 150 feet of frontage, he wouldn't even be here. He would go directly to planning board for site plan. So the only thing this board can give you, if the board wishes, will argue this, grant you a variance, but you still need to go for site plan review with the planning board. This is the only thing we could do in this matter. But as far as the variance, you need a variance for the frontage, because you're a non-conforming lot. We had a similar business down the street from you, across from Robertson. I forget the name, not the bars, not Cardozo.
Gomes.
Gomes,
Yeah,
Mr.
the
Gomes. Mr. Gomes had the frontage, didn't have the square footage, and he has a house in it. We did not grant him a variance for a business. So you need a variance to,
Can it be a special permit?
unfortunately not, because it's a grandfather lot with our frontage. There's no, like 1355 or 52 doesn't come in play here. If it's not so detrimental to the neighborhood, so you could do a special permit. In this matter, you don't have the frontage, so you need a variance to become a business. It is allowed use, but you need a variance to use it. So this is my say. We'll get back to you, but let everybody speak, and I'll get back to you. Is that okay? Fair enough? Troy?
If he's not storing anything other than the vehicles there, is it still considered a business?
Yes, he's applying for business.
Okay.
Jimmy?
I yield my time, but I want to reserve my right.
Okay. Chris?
Nothing at this time.
Richard?
I'm just curious, I've seen that name, but that's not on dumpsters too, is it?
Yeah, I have a few dumpsters.
And is that landscaping, or is that a separate business?
It's a separate business, but I only have a few dumpsters, and that's two of the trucks. 3 of the 4 trucks aren't even there most of the time. They go home with employees. One of them goes to my house. It's mainly just for trailers. I have 2 plows, which will go in the garage. One of the containers I'm going to keep. I'm going to push to the other side because it's going to be on the commercial zone. There's going to be a couple of trailers out there. I was going to have a couple of trucks, and I'm mainly going to use the garage for like landscaping equipment. That way we can actually work on things, because as of right now, I don't have anywhere to, whenever I need storage, I go out and I buy another trailer. I buy an enclosed trailer, that way I have storage, I don't have a shop, I don't have anything, so right now we're just out in the cold. So I'm just paying for storage, so I was just looking to have like a little garage so I can have a little home, you know? Somewhere for my guys to come park in the morning, have a little heat in the garage if we need to do something, and go on about our day. I'm not gonna store any materials, I don't have any big trucks bringing in mulch, none of that. We pick up the mulch in dumpsters, we bring it to the customer's house, we lay it on out. If we have leftovers, I plan another customer with the same color mulch. We go there the following day and do the same thing.
I was gonna say, he was saying that you just throw it away. I was gonna say, at the price of mulch, I don't think
Yeah, I
anybody's
mean,
throwing mulch away.
Try not to throw it away, but, and then I try to recycle everything. I recycle all the leaves right here in town, all the grass stays right here in town. It's mainly just gonna be for storage, there's not gonna be any clients coming and meeting and going over blueprints, none of that. It's just mainly storage for me and a little landing zone for my guys.
You good, Richard?
Yep.
We'll get to it. The thing is, if you wanna run a landscaping business and the board gives you a variance, you go to planning board and get a site plan review, and you could do all this. If they could do dumpsters, you could do trailers, employees, unregistered cars, mulch, all this. If the board gives you the variance, but you need to go to site plan review. The commissioner, under his discretion, even if it doesn't require 10 parking spaces, he could require site plan. And the board, of course, here, in order to grant a variance, it's gonna need a site plan review. You understand how it works? And with the site plan, if the board gives you the variance and you get the site plan review like the planning board does, you could do all this. You don't have, you put trailers, like I said, trucks, everything, excavators, everything.
I don't have any of that stuff.
Well, I hope you grow and you have them. So that being said, you wanna speak?
So, yeah, I did, but I just wanted to hear everybody else's thoughts before I did. I have my own. I'll certainly say to the board and to anybody on Zoom or anybody in the room, if ever there was a time when this board needed to act because our bylaws aren't intended to be cast in stone, this is an instance. When you look at Ross on one side and you look at the boat place on the other, this is, you know, you can call it 130, but
It's not, it's a R30. It's a business
the back
zone.
is,
Yeah, we're not concerned with the back,
So,
with the back. And he
that's
could go
it.
to 30 feet, like the councilor mentioned. It is definitely strip commercial, and you can do what you want. However, because again, you need a variance and you need a site plan review. We're not arguing that you could do it, you know, you can, but with a variance.
So, all that said, I think what the building commissioner has stated in his letter is that he said a special permit for multiple principal uses. I don't have a problem with that. He said a variance for frontage and land area. I don't have a problem with that. And he said a variance for the contractor yard use. And I think the word change use is what is gonna trigger the site plan review. I'm not sure about that, but, so, and you're saying you need a variance to run a business.
Right, that's what he means by the mixed use. That's where it comes into play.
So
because he
multiple,
doesn't have the
multiple
frontage.
principal use, the commissioner says special permit, you're saying variance. So maybe we should consider a variance for a business use and also grant a special permit for multiple principal uses to cover both the commissioner's language and your concerns.
Correct. You need to grant for the multiple use, he needs a variance because the frontage.
In his letter, he said that you need a special permit. That's why I'm.
Right, but
if-
then
So
he
you're saying if we granted it as a variance, we're covering it all?
we cover everything.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. So,
So that's where we are.
with that said, I'm prepared to make motions.
Well, we gotta hear the public first.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm not gonna make a motion until you've given the public an opportunity to speak.
All right, we go to the public. Counselor, you wanna add something small before we go to the public?
Well, I was trying to make the case, which maybe I didn't, that there was an existing use going on,
It
which
was
is the
illegal.
business.
Listen, we
and-
could argue
and-
this all
and a
night.
house. Okay, all right.
We could
fair
argue
enough.
this all night. There was no records of it, nothing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we could sit down and argue,
Yeah,
but we don't,
okay.
I don't wanna waste your time. Anyone in the public here or in Zoom wanna speak first in favor of this project? Wanna come forward? State your name and address.
How you doing? I'm Bill Deschamps. So, I renovated the property. So apparently, over the years, people had used the property as different businesses. There were little signs on trees, and the guy had rented out spaces in the business. So he had rented little areas. Someone was doing fencing, someone was a contractor, there was people living there in trailers. It was crazy. We cleaned it all up, but they were using it in some sort of commercial fashion. As a matter of fact, the 40-foot container that's on there was full of auto parts. So, I mean, basically, I looked at it as pre-existing non-conforming. So they were using it, running whatever they were doing. You know, he somehow rented out the little boxes. Not sure what he did, but there was definitely a commercial use there for a long time.
Okay. Well, if whoever were using it has never done not the taken, he never put it on record that it's legit. It's like he's been using it over 20 years or so. There's a certain way you go to this
I
to
agree.
make it legit.
But like when I bought Swift's Beach Real Estate, that thing is so old, I would imagine that was never registered either.
Yeah.
But someone had used this site for years. I mean, we took 20, 30-yard dumpsters out of this
I
place.
believe you. I'm not disputing that.
Like literally 2 30-yard dumpsters just of fence parts.
To the point, if we just say, okay, you're right, it's grandfathered, and then the building commissioner has a transanal follicle and says, oh, okay, well then, you guys have got a notice of violation, and I'm still stopping you, because now you're admitting that you've been doing something without a permit. So where you going now? How do you like me now? So I think we need to resolve the problem rather than argue who's right and who's wrong.
Correct.
Sure.
Exactly right.
I mean, I just think it's...
The biggest hurdle you have, we'll hear from the neighbors also, you have to have variance and a site plan review. You're gonna have to go for site plan. If the applicant is not willing, I don't think this will go anywhere. But he's gonna have to go for site plan review.
And on the site plan, like, I know their question, I know the word site plan
This will be the
throws
planning.
up flags to any buyer or seller that, are you gonna make us pave it and put in drainage and do? We can't tell you what they're gonna do.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
We
that's
don't
gonna
know.
be the planning board.
That will be planning board. And that's how it is, black and white. You need the variance and you need to go site plan. We just follow the rules, we don't make them.
But I think we should just, move to get them past us.
Right.
With in my opinion, with an okey dokey. And
So
let
they-
the
right.
planning board be the bad guys.
Right.
'Cause- I'm not trying, I'm being a little bit of tongue in cheek there, but you understand what I'm.
All right.
We can all see the handwriting on
Okay,
it.
thank you. Anyone
Thank
else
you.
want to speak in favor? Anyone against? Want to speak against this project? Okay, no one's against this.
Motion to close the public portion of this hearing.
Okay, we have a motion to close this public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second, Troy. Any discussion, any closing argument, Counselor, before we close?
I was just looking at, my recollection was that we only needed to go to site plan review if you determined that there were more than 10 parking places needed. Now, I
The
Don't think I-
commission,
I don't think
under
I
the
dreamed that.
commissioner discretion, he could send you to site plan. You could overturn his decision with us, but with a different application.
Because it's
Okay,
not,
I don't,
it's not
you know,
part of
it's-
this
it's-
application.
It's just time. It'll take us a little longer, and I'm sure the planning board's going to be reasonable, and, but,
All right, so
it is
that
what
being
it-
said,
it-
we have a motion to close by Jim. Do I have a second?
I seconded.
Second by Troy. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye. Sorry, Connor, we didn't involve you.
Okay.
Well, actually, we can involve you now, not to the public. Do you have anything to say into this matter?
Yeah, I would just like to speak in favor of this. I think as far as zoning goes, if he needs the variance, I think that we should grant that. I don't know Mr. Catone personally, but I know that he's active in the community. The chairman has said himself in the past that Wareham's a blue-collar town, and I personally think that we need more businesses and businessmen like Mr. Catone. So yeah, I think we should do everything by the book, and I mirror what the chairman and Mr. Akabachi have said, that I think the best course of action from the zoning board side would be to move forward with a variance for this.
Okay, thank you. For the board, the commissioner had mentioned a variance for land area and frontage. It's only for frontage because he does have, he has like almost 50,000 square feet. He only needs 30 over there because strip commercial is 30,000. So it's only about the frontage. So
is he-
here we are, huh?
Is the commissioner looking at the zoning line and saying this much of it is 130 and this much of it is?
No, it's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant? Okay, I haven't looked at where the line is, I just wanna, so we don't need any relief on land area?
Well, just to cover our bases, if the board wishes to grant a variance, we'll give relief on the land.
I'd like to give them as much relief as possible. I hate to, Paul loves me, you know? I want to take away any opportunity to say no. So I would grant the variance for the land area as well, because in his letter, he says you need it.
Okay. So,
So on the frontage, the requirement's 150, and what does he have? It looks like, what, 40, is it 41?
40-something, yeah.
40-something here, on the frontage here. Also on, I mean, do we determine whether they go for a site plan review, or is that something?
he's
that-
gonna need to.
And
He's gonna need a curb cut from the state, all that. Because that's state highway.
So he's there, so if he goes to the state and they say, no, you can't have a curb cut, does that mean he's got to go to one of his butters and say, can I come in
No,
through your
no,
entrance?
they won't tell him you can't have.
I mean, how does he get onto his property if isn't there an existing curb cut there?
Yeah, but you changing the use. They won't say no, trust me.
But, okay, all right, I just
I'll
wanted.
give you
I just-
24 feet with big rates. They won't say no.
Okay, so going back to the conversation about site plan review, it's not in the public notice, so we shouldn't, and I don't think, I maybe couldn't is the better word, act on site plan review other than to say we recommend it, or we don't recommend it, and we just leave it out completely and let the commissioner request it, and then they can have the opportunity to come back here. So we can either do nothing about site plan review and let the commissioner send it to planning, or we can send it to planning. Am I interpreting this correctly?
You can, but if I'm granting a variance, we have to, a business like this gotta go to planning.
So you think it should have it's gotta go over to planning?
Yes.
So you wanna, okay.
He could go there and planning could say, you know what, we don't need to, you could go home.
Yeah, well, that's why I just wanted to get everybody's feelings before I start making motions.
So in the site plan review, approval would be triggered from, is it parking or just?
Everything.
The layout, everything else?
Layout, everything, how he
It's the
stores things.
feel-good police.
Yeah, because I was
Do
just
it
looking
by-
at the parking, and I know he's like, it seems like he's on the verge of the 9, spaces there. To me, I was just wondering if we could do something that would help.
Yeah, I'm with you, Chris, it's just, I think our chair feels as though he wants to give planning the opportunity to have their input.
So what do you do if he grows? And I hope he grows. What do you do?
We give him
And
all-
all of a sudden, he's got 20 cars. Well, we tell him you can't continue your business?
Well, I didn't know if we could put stipulations in there, right, conditions that he has.
Best stipulation is site plan.
Is this, but then if he goes over
That's
it,
my
then the
opinion.
building commission is gonna go there, shut him down, and
When then we go on to more problems.
Yeah, he's avoiding kicking the can down the road. The chair is avoiding kicking the can down the road. I think you and I are thinking it could get out of control, and they could say you need.
That's what
huge-
happened down the
huge
street.
stormwater retention areas and pavement and, impervious service. So I see your concern and kind of echo it.
I get it. He's got these roll-off containers that I see with his name on it, and you need a fairly large truck, I think, to haul one of those around, and if he pulls that in, I don't know, I think you do need a CDL with that, with air brakes and all that, but he said he didn't, but, yeah, I understand the point.
So-
Of the large vehicles going in
My,
and out
my
of there.
feeling is give them the contractor's yard, give them the frontage and the land area, and give them the multiple principal uses, and then, let them argue, let them figure it, maybe the site plan won't be as punitive as we anticipate.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go plead his case. at the
He's gonna,
time.
yeah. For what I see going on, I mean, they could say, okay, you don't need site plan review, but you can, then they could place the restrictions that's going to appease the planning board. No more than,
I'm just trying to, make it easier to welcome people with business coming into this town, that's all.
I mean, his use is, no offense, Scott, but his use is gonna be a hell of a lot less intense than what's on either side of him. And so.
All right, let's have a motion if the board wishes.
I'll move, and I'll do it again in 3 variances. I was gonna do 2 variances and a special permit, but I'm gonna use the word variance in all 3 instances. One is gonna be for, and I'll make it in one motion unless the rest of the board would like to break it into 3. But my variances will be 3, and one will be for the use as a contractor yard. The second would be frontage and land area, and the third would be for multiple principal uses, which would include one of those multiple uses as a business. That would be my motion, to grant those 3 variances.
And I would add to go for site plan review, to go
And-
to planning board and get that recommendation.
Then I'll accept that amendment to my motion.
Okay, do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Rich. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And I'm gonna abstain. So you did get it, but you have to go to planning board. And hopefully you go there and they tell you throw some gravel. I don't know what they're gonna say. Okay?
Thank you very much, Board. I appreciate your
Good
time
luck.
tonight.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Josh, make sure with the decision. All right, Gene, I'm assuming it's 26-3 Downey, 10 Ash Street, special permit. Yes, ma'am. All right, let's get these files back in here.
Did we vote, if four, we didn't.
401, I abstain.
401, okay. Of course we voted.
Here we go.
So are we going to Downey next, or are we going back to Andrade?
Downey.
Downey, okay, Andrade's at the end. Okay.
Is Mr. Andre here, Brian?
It's not him yet anyway, Downey is...
Oh, here he is, outside. Okay. He can come in if he wants, but we just gotta let that lady go first.
Wait 1 minute.
Oh, you didn't take mine.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sure. Try to keep it. It's hell when they get this... Oh, I love it, thank you. So we're going for Downey. Did I pull it out and put it back, or did I? No, I didn't pull it out, okay. I have to read it in before we... Here, Naz. Here's two more. I think you got the one with the, you might have passed off the big plan.
That's mine.
You got your big plans. The zoning board of appeals will hold a public hearing on February 11th, 2026 at 6:30 PM in room 520 of the Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. 02571, to consider petition number 26-3 for a special permit and/or a variance from the requirements of Article 6, Table 621, and 628, Article 13, Sections 1350, 1351, 1352, and 1353, under the Wareham zoning bylaws to Gene Y. Downey of 10 Ash Street, Wareham, Mass., with a renovation proposal for 25 feet by 25 feet, two-car garage with an accessory dwelling unit above, along with a single-level 14-foot by 12-foot screened porch, providing exterior access at the rear to be supported by sonotubes at the property located at 10 Ash Street, Wareham, Mass. This appears on Assessors Map 38, Lot 72 and 73 in the R30 zoning district. And I think I called you Jean, is it Jeannie? It is Jean, okay. I wasn't sure on the spelling. That's it.
All right, need your name and address for the record.
Jean Downey, 10 Ash Street.
Okay, so you wanna build the garage?
No, the garage is existing.
Yeah. So you're gonna put an ADU above it?
Yes, renovate the garage, reinforce the structural steel beam that's there that doesn't have proper support,
Yeah.
and then add access, which is already access upstairs, but redo the access to a different location for a stairwell. So it's existing and it has a loft up above already. It has a shed, full shed dormer on the rear of the building.
How many square feet is the ADU, do you know?
25 times 25.
628,
It's 25,
625?
something like that.
625.
Okay. How big is your house? How many square feet your house is?
I don't have that fact, but it's 28 square with an addition of 14 by 16 on the side of it.
Is there a field card in here?
It's, should be on that card. You 1,600 square feet.
Her house is 1,600?
Half eight. Okay, so you could do that size. Okay, so I guess building coverage is 25%, and you have 25%. Exactly. So you need 29.4. Who did your plans?
Do we have a letter from the commissioner here? There's the field card, there it is, I got it.
Well, the building coverage is 25.01, which is helps you because you're an existing non-conforming, so which is good. Let's just make sure. Is your lot 7,500 square feet?
I think it's 80,
8,000 square feet?
8,000, yes.
So
Yes, it is.
8,000.
According to his zone table on the top left of page 1 of his site plan,
Oh, okay, I see that, yeah. Frontage, 140.
According to the
what
field
do you-
card, she's got 9,000 square feet of land.
Who drafted this? This engineer's not from town, right?
no,
Yeah, I know, the front, well, he's saying the frontage needs, it's 140, it's 150 here, but you have 100, doesn't matter, but it's 150.
I have a double lot, so there's the two, and this is in,
But now he's saying required
Parkwood.
150, but it's required 140, it's required 150, but it doesn't matter, you're existing.
yeah.
All right. Now, Troy, do you have a question?
I do not.
Jimmy?
She's got lots 72 and 73, do you know how much, what's the frontage on each lot, do you know?
50,
It's irrelevant.
50, oh,
She
it's
has
100.
40 and 40, she has 80 total. She has 80 total.
yep.
She's got 45,
100, sorry.
45 and
She got
45,
50.
she's got
50.
50 by 80 each one, yes.
She has 50 and 50, 100 feet
Oh,
of frontage.
1,500, yeah.
Okay.
And 80 deep. I believe the commissioner, didn't we go through this on the building coverage? When we did, what's the name, Highland Court? I
Yeah.
guess the attorney says, when you're doing an ADU, it doesn't have to
Go on.
comply, it needs to comply with setback, not building coverage, correct? Or we were wrong?
No, I think it still needs to comply with building coverage.
It does?
Yeah.
And what happened with the attorney,
Building coverage or lot area?
and FAR and all this? He said didn't have to, because it's ADU. No?
No?
Anyway, here we are. So she's on the board, it's allowed 25%, the existing 25%. Couldn't your engineer find another square feet of asphalt? But anyway, so, if the board see it, existing non-conforming, we could do as a special permit. If not, we'll give a variance on the 29.44, which I don't have problem with.
So we need a special permit or a variance, for what purpose, for
For the lot coverage.
lot coverage?
It's, maximum building coverage is 25%, and she's looking for 29.44. So apparently, they put on the steps to go upstairs, right, on the outside?
Yes.
So it added the coverage.
So we're going from 25 to 29, we're going 4% up. And that's all we're looking for is lot coverage.
Yeah.
Everything else conforms.
The existing structure is 5 feet away from the side lot, and it needs to be 10, but it's existing.
So she's, according to prior arguments raising it is
Existing non-conforming.
existing, they're increasing an existing non-conforming. We need a variance to increase an existing non-conforming.
Special, if the board feels so detrimental.
Yeah.
All right. So building coverage and setback. If the board feel not substantially detrimental, we'll go with the special permit. All right, question. Any question, Troy?
I have no questions.
You have a
And
question?
that's the setback. Nope, I'm good.
Chris?
Nope, look like all the setbacks really aren't changing, it just says it's intensifying it because
Right.
of the increase in the height. I'm okay with this project.
Richard?
I'm good.
Anyone on the public want to speak in favor? In favor of this project? Anyone on Zoom? You in favor?
I do have a comment, though.
All right, 1 second. Connor, we keep forgetting you, sorry. Do you have any comments?
It's all right. I don't have any comments right now.
No, okay. You wanna
Anybody
speak,
else
sir?
with their hand up on Zoom?
All right, come forward. State your name and address. We'll get to you in a second, sir.
Christopher Conley, 9 Ash Street, and also 11 Ash Street. We speak in favor of Ms. Downey and recommend that you approve as well.
All right, very good, thank you. Sir?
My name's Matt Kraus, I live on 3 Ash Street. I'm in approval of you doing this. I have no problem with the ADU, but my main concern is short-term rentals. So is there any, my reading of the ADU law is it was trying to get more long-term property rentals into the state, and I agree with that situation. I'm more concerned of this turning into a short-term rental.
What do you mean, like Airbnb?
Yes.
What, it's not supposed to?
That's my only concern. If you're going to
You
do a
gotta-
long-term rental, I
Ma'am,
have no problems with
Just,
it.
you gotta stay with us. You
Yeah.
can't talk to each other. I'll let you know when to speak.
Mhm.
So you're concerned about Airbnb?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my only concern.
You understand you're not supposed to do this. You could rent it for 6 months or a year, but not people coming and going. That's what the whole purpose of ADU.
I have family that live away. I have a daughter who's,
Yeah, that's
you
perfectly
know,
fine.
in need of a place right now,
We
so.
will replace restriction on the special permit or the variance that you can do short-term rentals. Is that okay with you?
Yes.
Anything else, sir?
No,
But
I wish you luck with
what's-
this.
what's
I
your
may want to do the same thing.
What's your address, sir?
3 Ash Street, I'm across from her.
Number 3, you're directly across the street?
Yes.
Are you lots 40 and 39? You have 2 lots or 1?
One lot. I'm not sure what lot number I am. But again, my father-in-law is 80 and I
You're
was
number 3 and she's number
doing the same
10?
thing.
You're number 3 and she's number 10?
Yes.
And, sir, you were number 11?
Number 9 and number 11.
9 and, lot 9 or?
Address.
9, house number 11.
All right, okay. So you'd be across the street as well?
Yeah, diagonally across the street.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I hope you do well with it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone in Zoom?
Not at this time.
All right, thank you. Go back to the board, what do you guys think?
Make a motion to close the public portion of this hearing.
I have a motion to close, do I have a second?
Second.
Second
Chris.
by Chris, all in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Rich?
Aye.
Myself, Nazir, aye, closed.
Any discussion amongst the board?
None?
Okay, make a motion to grant a variance, a variance for lot coverage from 25% up to 29%. I'm going to say up to 30%,
Okay.
just in case they made a mistake on the calculations.
And the building coverage, and the setback. That's you.
And I'm going to move that I don't find it detrimental to the neighborhood, so we could work as a special permit.
Yes. We could do both of them like that.
Then let's do everything as a special permit. Move it from 25% to 30% on the lot coverage, increase the existing non-conforming setback upwards, and other than that, standard conditions.
All right, so let's move, let's get a motion. We have a motion to act on it as a special permit for both setback and building coverage. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Second by Rich, all in favor, say aye.
1 minute, are we supposed to put condition in there that short-term rentals?
Well,
are-
first,
can't have it?
yeah, we're gonna take it from, we're gonna act as a special permit or a variance. Let's.
Okay, I get it.
Okay?
Yep.
All right, so that being said, again, do I have, as a special permit, Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye. On the special permit.
And so the special permits for the lot coverage and for the increase of the non-conforming setback upward, not
Right.
closer to the property line.
All right, with conditions, it's gotta be constructed as planned, provided by Malone Land Surveying from Cava, stamp 12/17/2025. Also, the restriction, Mr. Conte said, and the neighbor, that it will not be a short rental, time rentals. So it's gotta be long-term rentals, no short terms. And with the standard conditions, and the findings are not substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood. Any other conditions? I hear none. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Richard?
Yep.
All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye.
500.
500.
You're good.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You're very welcome.
So now, David, oh, he showed up. Hi, David. Is this you done with all this? Yeah,
Doesn't matter if it's all set, so.
Thank you.
Whether it goes in, I don't think it matters.
Sonia's not here.
This is,
We don't care.
You keep stealing the paper. You need one? You can-
no,
He likes those paper clips, you know?
He does, you know?
I found one here.
That's, you know, my father met Aristotle Onassis when he was building a ship up at Fort River Shipyard. He's dead now, but, and he was complaining because the rivets on the ship, when they chip them off, they'd fall into the basin, used. And Aristotle wanted them picked up, and my father said to him, "They're a nickel apiece." He said, "Yeah, and there's thousands of them." My father gave him a look, and he says, "That's why I'm a millionaire, and you're picking up bolts off the ground."
All right, let's go to 26-1. Mr. David Andre, 307 Onset Ave.
Do we have to vote to bring it off table?
I guess, right? Do we?
No, well, we can.
Do we?
I think we should.
All right, let's make a.
Do you guys have anything from the last one to turn back in before he put, you keeping it,
No, I turned it in.
Okay, I got him, okay. Just making sure.
Rich, you want to make a
I
motion?
make a motion to
You're keeping
retable
this?
this public hearing
Get him out of the way, that's all.
26-1.
Okay, motion by Richard to retable.
Bring it off the
Do I
table.
have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy. All in favor, say aye. Troy?
Aye.
Jimmy?
Aye.
Chris?
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And myself, Nazir, aye. Okay.
I'll read it.
Okay, for the record, I do business with Mr. Andre. I'm gonna recuse myself. Connor, you in? I'll moderate, but you could vote, Connor, okay? You there? Connor?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understood.
Very well. Here you go, guys. All right, let's read it.
Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing on February 11th, 2026 at 6:30 PM in room 520 of the Wareham Multi-Service Center, 48 Marion Road, Wareham, Mass. 02571, to consider petition number 26-1 for variances from the requirements of Article 6, Table 620, 622, and 628 under the Wareham zoning bylaws. David Andrade, care of Brian Grady of GAF Engineering, Inc., of 266 Main Street, Wareham, Mass., proposing to construct a new duplex on a pre-existing, non-conforming lot located at 307 Onset Avenue, Wareham, Mass. This appears on Assessors Map 1, Lot 770 and 771 in the Onset Village 2 zoning district.
All right, Mr. Brian?
Good evening, Brian Grady with GAF Engineering.
Good evening, David Andrade.
We're here this evening. Mr. Andrade's proposing to construct a duplex on this lot. As per Mr. Turner's letter, requires a couple of variances to do so. The first one, the lot is undersized. 10,000 square foot lot is required in this zone, which is Onset Village 2. Property contains 9,944 square feet, so it's 56 square feet shy of the 10,000. The other variance we're requesting is floor area ratio coverage. In the OV2, 20% is the allowance. We're looking for 36%. OV2 duplexes are as of right, but the floor area ratio doesn't change for a single family or for a duplex. It's 20% for either. So we are requesting that waiver. I have a couple of attachments, just an aerial photograph where we've superimposed the lot and the proposed building footprint on it.
Is this the old slaughterhouse?
Sorry?
This the old slaughterhouse lot?
Yeah, well, it was many things. Hardware store.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. a little-
Next to the old Wonder Bread.
Correct. That's the one.
Okay.
Is that what that building was, the red building?
The one with the polka dots, the Wonder Bread building?
That was the Wonder Bread. That was the one.
I thought it was a carpet store.
It was a
Later.
carpet store, that, when the
Later
bread
on.
got stale, they started making carpets.
All right, so that photograph you have in front of you just kind of gives you an overview of the neighborhood. Most lots in this area are 3,500 square feet. The subdivision that created these lots goes back to 1885, and the lots were reconfigured in 1912 to their current configuration. So looking at that aerial photograph, the scale of the footprint of the building doesn't look out of scale with the neighborhood and the density. And directly above that is the commercial building, the abandoned commercial building, the Wonder Bread building. Gives you a sense of scale. This is a mixed-use neighborhood. Foursquare Church, I believe, is directly across the street at the intersection. There's Stevie B's, formerly Stevie B's up the street, a tavern, automotive repair shops, and residential dwellings in the neighborhoods. It's a mixed use, which is in keeping with what the Onset Village 2, purpose of the Onset Village 2, which is moderate density. I did a quick floor area ratio calculation for some of the direct homes or buildings in the neighborhood, and they vary anywhere from 20% up to 52%. So this isn't a unique situation that we're requesting or something that's out of keeping for the neighborhood. One thing I will point out is, you can see it in the aerial photograph as well, but maybe not as clearly, this intersection. It's an odd shape at the intersection there, so the orange outline here is the lot. And it's kind of hard to see the edge of pavement, this thick, dark line here, but I've kind of highlighted in green what is the town layout, but it's open space. It's not occupied by pavement or sidewalks or anything like that. And that's about another 800 to 1,000 square feet. So if you're driving by this lot, you're going to think that this is part of the lot. And visually, it brings it well over the 10,000 square foot. So visually, I think with that area, it's in 56 square feet isn't that considerable, given the density and the mixed use in the area. So we think that the requests are reasonable. The variance to do with the not fully meeting the 10,000 square foot requirement. We're just under that with 56 square foot. And the floor area ratio to build a duplex, not a single-family home. This will be a duplex, providing additional housing in the area, moderately dense housing, which is part of what the OV2 wants to accomplish. So we think that the request before you is reasonable, given the neighborhood, given the age of the neighborhood, the mixed-use neighborhood, and the lots being created going back to the 1880s for this site. So that's a thumbnail sketch, given the time. I know you've had a long evening, and if David or I could answer any questions or provide further input.
If I add these lots, Mr. Andrew, it adds up with me 10,300 square feet on the assessor map.
Yeah, we're using, yes, that's the assessors. We're using, there's plans of record at the survey, at the Plymouth Registry of Deeds. So we're using that information. So, yes, I would like to use the assessor's record, but we're using,
But you don't want to get caught.
We have been maintaining that area.
Yeah, you,
And paying
Who
taxes
owns that
on it.
little
And paying
parcel?
taxes on it.
Who owns that little section?
what, I'm sorry?
Lot?
The
Who
town.
owns lot
it's the town.
no. No, this one right here. There's a lot.
You're looking at
It
the
doesn't have a
abutters.
number, but
I think you might be looking at the wrong piece.
Is that the abutters list you're looking at?
he's lot 770 and 771, right? 771, there's a little pie shape behind it. But it seems to be, it's the same lot, and it's 776 square feet.
Those dashed lines are the pre-existing lines of when the lots were changed in '22. So I think that what you're looking at shows the original 1888, those kind of light lines is what you're looking at?
Yeah, do you have possession of that little pie?
Yes. Well, we've been maintaining it
And you always use it, so it's,
since 1980.
I got it.
you know what I'm saying?
Well, I do, I'm starting to get it, because I had this as yellow, but it's really 772 is part of it.
Exactly, and that little.
And that little piece of pie,
But you, Brian, do you know who owns that, when you did the research, who owns that little pie?
they're showing it all as, I think we're looking at 772, they,
772 isn't part of the property.
It's not part, 770 and 771.
70 and 71, 770, 771. And that pie, the assessors
Yeah,
can't be
70
used to
and
determine
71,
property
not
lines. They
70.
have that disclaimer. So what we're reflecting on the plan is the property lines as shown.
But you're not adding it in your calculation here, that little pie.
Because he doesn't own that pie. That pie doesn't exist. I think that's the remnant of the 1888 plan, which is still
they're
reflected on
70
the
and
assessment.
71. 72 is part of the building that used to be the Wonder Bread place.
Right, but forget this, I'm talking about this.
Yeah, that belongs to this. That's just a line showing that it's
This one right here.
770B.
Maybe this one right here.
That
Well,
pie shape's just,
probably a
that's
cross
just,
easement. See it? There's one
this
here
one
and
right
one
here?
here.
if you just go,
That's just a line
telling
that
you
goes up,
that
right?
that,
Here.
that's just
That's just
telling
a
you.
direct.
Oh, okay.
That's,
Yeah, this is the, yeah, this is the
it's just a line that they put there, it says, it's
That's
a
not
B,
a lot.
776B is in the back
in the
of
back.
776, of,
I know,
It's
but
in the back.
It goes in Camp Street, it goes in an angle, which doesn't show in the surveyed plan. So anyway, you short 50 square feet, bottom line.
Correct.
This is the lot.
Yeah, so we can give him a variance for that.
All right, Troy, let's start by you.
I don't have any issues.
Connor, sorry, I didn't skip you. You're gonna vote on this one. You have a problem with that?
No, no questions for me, no issues so far.
Jimmy?
I just want to get all my notes. So as far as lot area, they got 9944 by instrument. They're shot 56. So when we make a motion.
Correct.
As far as FAR, you're supposed to have 20%. I'm reading his letter. It said 21.2% above the allowed 20%. So the way that's written, am I taking 21.2% of, it doesn't tell me what,
That's building coverage, yeah, 21.
so you're gonna end up with 21, you're 1.2% over?
Building coverage, correct.
So plus 1.2% is all you need on
Building coverage, correct.
building coverage.
Now, if you don't pave the driveway, you'll be okay, right? For building coverage?
That's impervious coverage, not building coverage.
What's the perimeter of that duplex?
I don't think I know the footprint off the top of my head.
But that's all we've got is building coverage and lot area, that's all he needs?
Floor area ratio.
FAR.
So you don't have an issue with building coverage, you have an issue with floor, for FAR.
Right, well, the building coverage is 1%, 1.2% over. FAR, we're 16% over.
Okay. I was gonna say, because you get 2,000 square
He's
feet.
saying it's
for building coverage.
21.2%.
You don't have more than
That's
2,000.
that was my question. Trying to figure out, this is for lot. But for FAR, do you know what percentage you come to?
36, what?
35.3, it says on the plan.
35.3 is what he gets to?
Yep.
35.3, yeah.
Okay. when
I was rounding up, sorry.
Where do you see that? In the plan, or?
It's on the plan.
On the plan,
It's
it's
in the
also
letter
on
as
the
well.
What's another 35.3?
Yes.
Okay. So that's where the big increase is, from 20% up to 35 on FAR.
Correct.
And it's multiple stories.
It's 2 stories, it's a duplex, correct.
Okay. Okay, so it's the footprint, if it was just by the footprint, you'd be under, but because of each story counts, it
Correct.
puts you over. Okay. I think I'm getting it now. I just want to make sure there's nothing else. I got it. That's the end of my questions.
I got a question, although I'm not voting.
That's all right.
So, if you don't mind, man, why you want these units that big? It's 2,000 square feet a unit.
They're big units,
These are huge.
3-bedroom,
They're
That's like,
3-bedroom.
3-bedroom.
yeah, did you, these plans, I mean, you're aware you're doing it that big? The construction gonna be phenomenal. $2,000 a unit,
Just a quick question, if I may.
yeah.
Is there any way you can cut these down? I know you've got 3 bedrooms and you have to have some room, but, yeah, I mean, we just went through this, last meeting or 2 meetings ago with another house there. Just the FAR is, we try not to, in my mind, try not to go too much higher than what's posted. I mean, we like to stay in a rule, but there seems to be a lot of FAR over, in my eyes. I didn't know if there was a reason that we needed them that big, or if you could knock them down. That would be my question.
Well, that's it for David's consideration.
So,
So you're asking,
you like the idea of the rental potential from 3 bedrooms opposed to 2 bedrooms, I assume?
Yes, and possibly
And
sell.
are you making good-sized bedrooms?
They're decent.
Yeah. 2,000 square feet, I get your point, 2,000 square feet's a big unit, but, I mean,
let me just make sure the numbers are right.
yeah.
So you're making each unit 1,750?
I was gonna say, they're less than 2,000.
Yeah, 1,750 square feet.
1750. Per unit. So, while we're talking about this stuff, you're not going on stilts here, you're not in the flood zone there, you don't,
No, it's in the flood zone.
but you don't need to go up on
There'll be parking underneath.
parking under?
Yes,
Okay, so you are gonna go on, up?
correct. Yeah, it's flood zone 14. Ground, surface ground in the area is approximately 8.
I like parking under.
It's good use, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah. You gotta be, if you're allowed to build there, why not go?
Right.
You know. So, I think if I'm listening to everybody, I think the hangup is the 35% over the FAR. And Connor, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. I personally don't have a problem with the 35.3% FAR, but I need...
15.3% over, right? They're allowed 20.
It's what?
15.3% over the allowed.
Okay. 15.3% over. Okay, I get what you're saying. And what did we do before? What, we kind of came up with some, do you remember? We talked about this, and we said, did we cap it at 30%?
I
That's
thought it
my
was like,
memory.
I believe if, I thought it was like 7, we were toying 7% higher and,
Well, that's, yeah, that's,
you know, I think it was like we were trying to keep it into a ballpark.
we're trying to keep, I just don't want to give,
We don't want to open the floodgates to that. I mean, we've already talked to people and had them knock down their projects.
yeah, but every project's different. I'm
I
looking at
agree.
this neighborhood, and
I
it's not
agree.
like, it's not like he's doing something outrageous and compared to what's in the neighborhood. It's actually gonna be a bigger lot and a good use, and I don't have a problem with the,
if,
That's why we're all individuals. That's why we get
if
to
he
vote
goes
separately.
28%, that's 1,400 square feet a unit. That's huge.
you're saying,
I mean, I'm not voting, but I'm just giving an example for everybody. It's 1,400 each unit, 3 bedroom. It's good, it's very good size. And it's a lot less cost to build. But,
you're
apparently
saying take
he-
175 square feet out of each unit, and he's in better shape.
What Richard like to see.
Yeah.
Richard, you like to see 8%, right?
Yeah, but I'm only one person.
Right. So feel the board, see what this gentleman heading to. Chris, what do you think?
I agree with Richard.
So that's 2 people. So, Troy,
I'm kind of caught between Rich and Jim.
Connor? Connor,
Yes, sir.
what do you think?
Do you know where this is, Connor? Are you familiar with the location? Because you don't have the benefit of the aerial photos and things we're looking at.
Yeah, I have a rough idea. It's close to what used to be Stevie B's in the area, or
Kind of, yes, when you leave Onset and they took an old empty lot and turned it into a parking lot, there's a garage and a triangle there, then and you get past that parking lot, I think that's Wareham Street that goes up on your right-hand side if you were leaving Onset heading towards Wareham Center. After Wareham Street, it's the very, is it the very next lot? Or am I getting ahead of myself? Is it a few more up?
You're saying, coming from Onset Center,
Coming from Onset,
it would be after the playground, the first
after the
street.
playground, you go by the playgrounds on your left, you go by, there used to be a building on it, they just recently tore it down, and then the next building after that is an old white building. One time, Onset Bay Marina was making sail poles in there, at one point. There's been many things, but it's,
It's the corner lot across from the Four Corners Church.
you got it, you got it.
So the bottom
Okay.
line, Connor,
And-
you like to see, you're okay with the 35% FAR, or you want to see?
Which is
less?
basically we're between having the 1750 square foot or 1400 square feet.
Correct.
It's basically what we're between right now.
Right. Chris and Rich thinks 1400 is the way to go. What do you think?
I don't understand the benefit of sizing them down other than reducing the ratio.
Okay.
But what is the real world application of that?
All right, but, okay. But you have two people
Right, that's,
want
Right.
14. So I think I mean, I think you're better off come back with smaller plan and and they all on board, I would, right? If he goes down to 28%?
I would
agree with you.
It would, a little bit. I would be able to stomach a little, well, I shouldn't say that, but I would be more happy with it.
So is Chris.
If it was knocked down,
To 28%. Like the
Nothing would-
8% we give down the street on Wareham Ave.
exactly.
Nothing would make me more happy than to see you more happy.
No, that's not true.
All right, why don't we continue this, and you come back
That's
with
true.
28%, 1,400 a unit, 2,800 total. Instead of, how much, instead of 35?
1750.
Instead of 1,750, you come back,
Yeah.
we get a month.
you don't want to come back in 2 weeks?
Well, we got to revise the architecturals.
Okay.
Got a lot of
Well, the
drawing.
ground is frozen now, you're not gonna be building, so,
Oh,
unless
yeah,
you have a
I'm-
big machine.
I'm already started. Great Neck Road.
You want to ask for forgiveness, you don't want permission.
Okay.
I like that.
So, you need a month, March 11?
Yes.
All right, let's get a motion,
So moved, we're going to continue to March
11.
11.
So we have a motion by Jim to continue
26.
26-1, Mr. Andre, 307 Onset Ave. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Troy, all in favor, say aye. Connor? Connor?
We need a
Yeah,
year.
can you hear me? Hello?
Yes,
Hi.
he's aye. Jimmy?
Aye.
Troy, sorry.
Aye.
Richard?
Aye.
And Chris?
Aye.
All right, we'll see you on the smaller plan, 1,400 units, 2,800 square feet.
Okay.
And just revise the plan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, have a good day. What's the address there? 307.
I'm keeping it. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so that finishes us on public hearings. We still have other business to deal with, and I think we see Elizabeth in the back of the room.
You gotta have an interview.
Just chit chat, and I wouldn't call it interview.
Yeah, I know, it's not, yeah, well, they used the word interview on the,
Oh, I can't ask all these embarrassing questions?
yeah.
You wanna, Elizabeth, you wanna come forward? Thank you, yes, thank you. Yeah.
Nearly 9 o'clock.
Hi, good evening. Just state your name for the record and address.
Elizabeth Roney, 946 Main Street, West Wareham.
All right. So you'd like to be an associate member, huh?
I don't know anymore.
She sat through tonight, and now she might change her mind.
So I guess everybody will ask you this different questions. So do you know ZBA is more about fairness, judgment, temperament? It's pretty much like a tribunal, but it's not in a formal judiciary. Have you ever been on a quasi judicial board or body or in a tribunal?
Never.
Sound like this? No.
No.
All right. What do you think is the primary role of the ZBA? What do you think?
To apply fairness, balance, consistency, to take into account of individual homeowner rights and needs and
How do you
the
think
betterment of the
how do you
community.
distinguish between variance and special permit? Do you know?
Variance is asking for things outside of the parameters of setbacks, things
Sound
like that.
yeah.
Special permit is, from my understanding, something you're creating, like a unique situation, something that doesn't exist, so you're creating a permit to
Yeah.
take care of a need.
Okay. What do you think the obligation of the zoning board towards the bylaw versus the the property owner?
The obligation of a member?
No, of the board as a whole. What do you think the obligation of the
The obligation?
to the zoning bylaw versus an individual property owner?
It seems like you gentlemen take a diplomatic approach to dealing with
Yeah.
cases. I mean, every case seems to be like really different from the next, so they all need special care and attention. So it just seems like maintaining balance. There's a lot of pros and cons that
Yeah.
you take into account.
How do you feel about making a decision if it's appealed to the Superior Court or the Land Court? How do you feel about it? So let's say there's a case and you want to make a decision, and you know it's gonna get appealed. How do you feel about this?
Like what happened with West Street?
Wow, we can't discuss that.
Right,
It's still an open meeting.
Examples that I've experienced so far, it seems like I'd be comfortable with it. I mean, I'm just a layman. I'm still learning. I find this stuff very interesting. I think being an associate member would be appropriate for somebody like me, probably for an unforeseeable length of time. But I'm comfortable with tough decisions and dealing with complicated situations. I am a thoughtful person. I like to take everything into account and analyze as much information and data as possible to come up with a solution that I feel is fair. You're dealing with neighbors and the broader community. All of those things are important to take into account when making, tough decisions, especially knowing that they're probably going to be going to the state and getting appealed. It does seem like negotiating and compromise is important when dealing with those situations, knowing that maybe something is going to be going to the state
So
and
you
getting
are for
appealed.
negotiating.
I think it's important, really important to compromise and to learn that compromise and negotiation is probably going to be the solution versus like, I win, you win.
Yeah. Say town council, sometimes we have executive meetings and advise us to go certain way. And you're feeling, let's say with the neighbors and everything, to go the other, which way you think you go? Town council say yes, but the neighbors and the public hearing say no. So which way?
You're
go?
saying, it seems like,
Would you follow the recommendation of town council, or you'd follow your feelings with the neighbors or with the applicants? Could be the applicants, not necessarily the neighbor.
I think the job is to take everything into consideration and not necessarily follow suit to what, your the fellow members are deciding, because I am a homeowner, but being on the board is obviously a big responsibility as well. So again, bringing it back to balance and fairness.
What do you think most people in town misunderstand about zoning board? What do you think they misunderstand the most?
Nothing. I didn't understand
I
any.
think they have the magic
I didn't
wand.
understand. Yeah, I did until I ran into like my.
Think you have, they have the magic.
Yeah, it did. It did seem like maybe a bureaucracy to some degree until I ran into my own situations where I was going to maybe need a variance or some things that I've applied for had the potential of going to the ZBA and just starting at the very beginning, applying for the permit and having to deal with the people in the building instructor's office. I've learned a lot in my own experiences, and it doesn't go that way.
And you're willing
Not
to...
a special wand.
You're willing to give time from your time and go visit sites and
Yeah.
review plans prior to the hearing?
So I think it would be beneficial because I have time.
Yeah.
I own a small farm in West Wareham, so I work from home. I'm in and out. I know the town, and I am interested in doing those things. I was actually speaking with you about a separate issue, but talking about sometimes having to show up to get like a better understanding of some of these things that are on.
What
coming
motivates
up.
you to all of a sudden to be on a zoning board?
The last meeting that I was here, when I found out about 4 West Street, I showed up in opposition, and I was talking to you, and he made a joke. He's like, well, we have some seats open, and I was like, that's so interesting. 'Cause
So that's what motivated you?
it motivated me because I've had my own experiences, and I just didn't think that I could be a part of this process, you know? There are some things that I will maybe in the future, obviously I would be recusing myself, but I would hope that there would be other people like me who would, you know, take a fair, think of things fairly and balanced and take, you know, I don't know if you guys live in town or how.
You have to live in town to be on
Okay.
the board.
I don't know how zoning,
Supposed to.
I don't know how zoning, from town to town, I'm sure different.
Zoning board or planning, you have to be from the town. That's state law.
I mean, the rules,
But I think
the rules, how they are from town to town, but I would hope that like, you know, living in this town, having an understanding of the town, people would understand that, you know, there's going to be certain needs versus maybe living in like Rochester. There's
Correct.
going to be certain things that affect, you know, we're a diverse town, so we're not. I was listening to this gentleman, and you're like, that's a huge duplex. And I'm thinking of the area, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, 3 bedrooms, bigger families, you know? But then
Well,
there's
again,
other ways, there's other ways to
that's
look
one
at
of
it
the-
too.
Listen, and another thing, one of the most important things, you cannot discuss, and of course, you're not supposed to discuss open public hearing outside. Well, you can with one person, that's it, one board member, not 3, not the third one. But, all right, so again, back to the zoning, you have to be from the town.
Yep.
That all operates the same throughout the country. But like you said, where each town is unique, has its own uniqueness.
Yep.
You know? And one more question I'd ask you, what do you think the difference between zoning board and the planning board, if you know? I mean, we don't expect you to be a lawyer, none of us are, but you gotta have some sense, you know? What do you think the difference between planning and zoning?
Zoning deals with zoning,
Right?
and planning deals with planning.
Okay, go ahead. So, right, throw your questions, guys.
So, just, maybe I listened wrong, but bylaws are made by each town, for each town. There's not a set of bylaws to go across.
That's what I was getting at, like each town is,
Every
they
town
have
is
their
a-
own set of instructions and.
Make a bylaw that says we want everybody in town to paint their house pink. And the only way you could avoid a pink house would be to come to the ZBA
Yep.
and get a variance for a different color. That's what the ZBA is all about. The only other thing I'd say to you is, as an associate member, the way this board is constructed, it has 5 voting members and 3 alternate. And the idea of that being, and we've never, since I've been on the board and our chair's been on the board, we've never managed to have 5 plus 3. We've never managed to have a total of 8. And so therefore, I would welcome another associate member. And additionally, I'd welcome somebody from your neck of the woods, so to speak. You know, I think it's...
The diversity.
Yeah, I like
To
that.
understand.
And the idea being, you come on as an associate member, you show, you show up at the meetings, you hear what's discussed, you learn. By the time you put a, Mr. Alcalasi and myself joined the board, and everybody on the existing board died, and he ended up chair and I ended up clerk. It was trial by fire. That's not a fun way to get, you know.
Thrown to the wolves.
So, you know, it wasn't, would have been, I'd have much appreciated being an associate member for 6 months or a year or even, you know, so I'd have been more well-versed. But even as well-versed as I am, I can still make an ass of myself, so it really didn't matter whether it was first or second. But that's about all I have, you know, maybe somebody else has something to ask.
Well, I don't really have anything to ask, but it's good to see somebody else stepping up, because I've been going to all people I know saying, anybody would like to step up and be, you know, we're always looking for somebody extra. It would be nice to have extra people on the board, and everybody says, not a chance.
Really?
So I'm glad that somebody's finally, Chris went through, Troy went through, I went through. It's a good experience.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm excited. You know, I'm grateful for the opportunity. If it works out, if not, I'll keep trying. I think this is very interesting.
Right,
And
okay, nice. Well, you need to attend a couple of more hearings before we take decisions,
Sure.
okay?
We'd like to see you come
And
3 times.
every time.
yeah, this is only my second. On the application, it said 1's required, but recommended 3.
Right.
Connor is here by Zoom, so I mean, even if it's a situation where I have to be home with
Keep
my
forgetting
son.
Connor, we all do.
Yeah.
That's what happened
I
when you
think he
go on
was
Zoom.
just recently, yeah. I mean, I'm like,
Yeah, forgetting.
Yeah. Well, he was on the board.
I'll forgive
Then
you guys.
He was on the board, and then
but
he
does it
moved on.
count by Zoom if I'm here by Zoom? If it's a situation where if I have to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
home? Okay.
Yeah. So Connor was an associate member, moved out of town, had to drop it out. Now he's
No.
back in town, now he's back on the board, so.
Getting back into it. Cool.
It does take time to research and kind of look at these cases. I try to look at each one before we get here, so I know what's going to be presented again tonight.
Just sitting
so
here, I've already learned so much. I'm like, all right, got to look up that acronym, you know, FAR. I'm assuming, is that
Floor
floor
ratio.
area ratio?
You have two, you have building coverage, and then you have your floor area
Yep,
ratio.
so,
Try to pick up a bylaw and read it.
sure.
You can go online.
I have, yeah, I
Yeah,
have
all
it
right. Well,
bookmarked, so.
again, come next time we talk after
Absolutely.
the hearing, and another time, and we'll go from there.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Awesome.
Thank you,
Thanks for
thank you
coming.
for putting the application in. We're glad,
Yeah,
glad.
I'm excited. One way or another. We'll get there.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right, thank you.
thank you.
Good evening.
Before we make
Thank
a
you.
motion to adjourn under other business, this was here to sign. I've been getting everybody to put their yes, their vote, and you and I both need to sign this. I signed it. This is a decision, and they just want to know how we voted on it. I just want to, you're the last.
I just put yes next to my name. Was I supposed to sign my name or anything?
No, he and I both signed, and we voted sometime back that either Nazi or I could sign on behalf of the board, but
That
in
was for
this
COVID, wasn't it
Pardon me?
for COVID? We changed those
We
rules?
didn't
I
make it,
think?
we didn't make it a COVID-only decision.
Okay.
Well,
I don't know, that
you were
was when.
supposed to physically do it, but now you don't have to physically do it, right?
Mr. Chair, can I speak to this matter?
Yeah,
The,
go ahead.
the signing of documents from the board. So every, I'll say 2 years, you're supposed to register with the Registry of Deeds, who has the ability to sign these documents. I think maybe 3 or 4 years, it was decided that the chair and the clerk had the ability to sign decisions on behalf of the board.
We said one person. Yeah,
You only
can.
needed one, but it could be the chair or the
Either or.
clerk.
All right, so what should we do then?
Well, no, that's just a application that we needed signed as something you approved.
There was a place on there that said who voted and how.
Yeah,
so-
that's on all your decisions, actually. It's just, I needed a signature on it before I could.
File it?
File it with the clerk. So
It's no different than any other decision you guys do. It's just I didn't get it signed when you guys.
in a new format from what I'm used to looking at.
I've been changing up the format a little bit.
So that's why I spoke.
But on your next agenda,
You're like Walmart. You change what's on the aisles and make me go through every aisle to find the peanut butter, but I might buy something else, huh?
ensures that you
But-
read it.
Or Troy in the back. You gotta remove Veronica from here.
Yep.
At
It was a
Connor.
it was a prior decision.
It was a what?
She might have already been gone at that point, but
Yeah, she's,
that one's a few weeks old now.
Yeah.
But what I'd like to do is put on your next agenda for you guys to recertify who can sign the actual decisions.
all right.
Because we have to get it recorded with the registry of deeds. I'm doing
Yeah.
the same thing with the planning board.
So, I think it would be best we make a vote after. Still one of us.
So some communities will leave it to the chair and the clerk, some communities give it to the town planner, it's really at the discretion of the board.
Or the five, you know, in COVID, we decided one person because one goes to the town
Yep.
hall. and
Yeah.
so I think we should stick with 5 signatures. There's no,
So
I
you-
mean, we're all here.
So you want to go back to,
Yeah, I think.
Doing the
Don't you
5.
agree?
I think everybody's signature would be better in the long run.
Would be better, yeah.
yeah.
I
So
No questions
the-
asked, you
Yeah, and I would say the only concern with that is that I would need you guys to come in
The town
sometime.
hall.
You
Well,
guys
well,
need
that
to
was the
come
whole
in and
thing,
Sign
yeah.
it,
So on that line,
yeah.
We'll be
I
seeing them
would-
a lot more.
I would recommend that we vote to, what we used to do, what we did way before was we'd have them in the folder here and we'd all sign them at the meeting. But that ran into a problem because sometimes it wasn't in time to get it filed with the clerk. So I would recommend that we continue to have either Nazi or the clerk have the ability to sign to get it on file with the clerk, but we still want everybody's signature so that it can come in. If it's due on Friday and our meeting's not till the following Wednesday, either Nazi or I or whoever is named can go in and sign it and get it filed with the clerk, but it still needs to come to the meeting and get signed by everybody. And you
So
can,
unfortunately, I don't think that scenario would work, only because when I certify it with the registry of deeds, it either goes by number of board members or title of the board. And then for me to file it with the clerk, that has to be the final. So for you to come in, let's say on day 12, sign it just so we meet the 14-day deadline, and then expect to get everyone else's signature after that, it just wouldn't work out. So I guess, why don't I do this? I can send out an email just laying out the scenarios on which the board could.
I'm just, you understand my concern. I know that a lot of times the day before,
Yeah.
for years now, I've been getting calls, oh shit, we need this filed by 5 o'clock today.
Yep.
Can you come over? And I've always been close enough and able, or Nazi's been
Yep.
close enough and able. I just hate like heck to see us in a situation where you put yourself in a position where, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock, and this is supposed to be on file with the clerk in an hour.
Right.
That's what's, I like to see, I
All
would like.
5 of us gotta
Yeah,
go there.
I will agree
like
with
to see-
Jim. We've
Well, it
run
all
into the
depends on if
scenario
only
where.
one of us is out of the country, but that's beside the point.
So I'll agree with Jim. We've run into the scenario where it's 4 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon, and we're
Sounds
calling
like
up
my
Jim
dog.
to come in and sign a decision. It happens
Yeah, no, I,
pretty frequently.
Is there a time period in which we have to file it with the
14
clerk?
days from the decision.
14 days from the decision?
So
So,
you make a decision tonight, it has to be filed before usually your next meeting. Sometimes we run into some issues if there's Thanksgiving, you guys don't meet that week, so that's potentially an issue if it was to be meeting to meeting, right? Because you'd meet on the first, the second Wednesday, and then you would meet on the the second Wednesday of December.
And
So-
you write them all up, right?
So
You're the
this-
one that writes it up, and
So there's nothing that we can do during the meeting, when we have the vote, we're done, there's nothing that we can sign to go from there, it has to be, you have
Well-
to type it up, and then we have to come and sign it.
We used to
So I
write our
can-
own, we used to write our own decisions and sign them right there on the
Yeah.
spot. But
I could pre-write a decision for you. The only issue that comes with that is when you throw
As soon
in
as you change or
conditions.
anything, yeah.
Right, if you throw in conditions.
No, no, that's
I-
why
yeah,
I,
I can't read your mind on that one.
he's
no,
writing,
that's why I asked.
he's writing the decisions on a boilerplate
Right.
and changing what he has to.
Yep, I get you.
If we had
I
a
could
printer
be-
here and he had a laptop, that would work.
So,
Uh-oh,
type them up as we're doing it.
so
town's
what
got
the,
no money though.
what
No
the Conservation
premeditation,
Commission
no.
does is, they just sign a signature page.
What's that?
The Conservation Commission signs a signature page at the end of the meeting.
And they trust for the decision to be printed up.
Yep.
So they're giving up their signature. They're not signing that I agree to this, they're signing that I agree to
They
whatever.
trust in Josh print it like it's
Yeah, I know.
been read, right?
Yeah.
We could do the
Trust.
same if you guys want to.
In Josh, we trust, that's what that is, you
Mm-hmm.
know?
So how about this? I will, type up a list of scenarios that you guys could vote on and we go from there.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Okay.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second by,
second,
Jim.
third, fourth, fifth, aye,
all in favor, Troy?
aye.
Connor?
Aye.
Connor, say aye, please.
Aye.
Jim?
Aye.
And myself, aye. Thank you, guys. Thanks,
We didn't need Connor's vote.